mine can, but a negative G on a helicopter is death. Because you know what a negative is? It's when you go, you know the feeling like you go up, and you know that feeling when you go straight fast like this, point it down. But if you go up and then that's the negative. That, or not even a stall, but like even on a roller coaster, a negative is where you're floating.
Yeah, I got you.
In a helicopter, if you get into that situation, not mine is allowed, it's one of the few, you're fucked, because what happens is the rotor then, it goes up like this, and the rotor is no longer controlling the bottom, and so to get them back in line is very tricky, because what happens is if the helicopter goes this way, and the thing goes this way, it'll chop the mast off. It's called negative G's. If you're in a lot of turbulence in a helicopter, you cannot
get out of it.
Well, the thing that kills people about negative G's is as soon as you get into negative, as soon as you do, the rotor, remember now, is flying separately than the helicopter, and the helicopter has a tendency to want to go the opposite direction. I don't know why, but so in trying to correct it by going this way, you exacerbate.
It's almost like turning into a
you have to, if you know how to encounter it, you can possibly live through it. You know, most helicopters are built.
He's not here yet.
The Robinsons have that really tall mast.
Yeah.
Is that to keep them cutting the tail off?
Mark.
Is that what you're talking about?
I have no idea how to reboot phones.
You open up that
I'm
cabinet.
not talking about cutting off the
Open the cabinet up and text me a picture, and I'll tell you which one to pull.
I'm up here for the beginning of the show.
Okay. Somebody one time, I don't know, they just told me that on the Robinsons that mast was so high because there was a possibility of the rotor cutting this in the tail.
I mean, helicopters, in order to spin, they have to crown. As soon as they spin, they start doing this, right?
To live, yeah.
So they slow down enough, they will cut off the tail. But you're not flying anyway. In other words, if they slow down that much, you're not flying anyway.
You're already falling. Okay.
Did you see that helicopter fly up to the third level of what's the tallest mountain in the world?
Mount Fuji.
Mount Everest.
No.
When they rescued
Mount
those guys.
Kilimanjaro.
No, actually, Hawaii is.
Oh.
From the bottom of the
And
sea
if
level.
they flew up there, they didn't have enough air.
That's crazy, it is.
And but they made it up to the third camp, which
What's
was
the
like
largest
risking their life. He almost got there, and then he had to turn around. They took a whole bunch of stuff out, and he didn't bring his co-pilot. Flew by himself. Got up there
But not so big.
and got the guy out.
Hawaii
And then he
also.
said, he goes, I'm coming to the edge, and he goes, we're going to fall.
Right, because you don't have enough to hover.
Exactly. So he said,
Until it gets down.
and so he went like this, and then they just went down, and then they caught it. And
That was
Gavin Newsom.
That was hovering out of ground effect.
So I'm clicking on the pen right
Yes.
there, right?
You can't,
Second one
he
down.
could not hover out of ground.
I'll sit here until Mark
Too
gets
high.
it.
Source. Oh, source.
Or even in ground effect. I mean, I'm telling you, man, it gets difficult.
Well, if you can't hover ground, how do you even get off?
Runoff, a run out, a run.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. We're happy to announce we got most of the bugs worked out at the new referralist.com. If you go to referralist.com, oh my goodness, I just hope, I truly hope that you get there and look at it. It's fast, it's wonderful, it's reliable. We are here to help you solve problems, to answer questions, to take complaints, and to make your life a little easier. This hour brought to you by Bright Light Chiropractic, a chiropractor that does chiropractic. You know, so many people want to be other things, right? Most chiropractors are doing other things now, and to get one that does targeted, gentle, beautiful adjustments like this family chiropractor, Bright Light, you'll love them. BrightenMyFamily.com or BrightenYourFamily.com. I'll talk about that in a sec. I want to just say that the show has one purpose, and what is that? To help people. All you have to do is call. Now, you can call 303-MARTINO around the clock, leave a message, we'll get back to you, or it automatically is funneled to our office or studio, depending on where we are. Or you can call right now, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What we do here is pretty easy. We take the information and then we go to work on it. Sometimes the information, it's almost impossible, the situations we get. People call us when they have nowhere else to call. But you can call us anytime, people, anytime. Now, a full evaluation for this Bright Light Chiropractic with thermal scans imagery, x-rays, is just $50. And that's not a special. It's $50 all the time. If you want an adjustment, they're $50. They can be as low as $30 if you buy a package. That's what I did. I'm at the $35 level. Now, if you want to get both at one time, the $50 and one adjustment, the evaluation and adjustment, it's $75 introductory offer. They're at University and County Line. Dr. Mike Hederscheit. Listen, if you love chiropractic, you're going to love him. If you're just new to chiropractic, this is the way to get introduced, because his torque release technique is very mild and targeted and effective. That's the important thing. BrightenYourFamily.com. BrightenYourFamily.com. 720-583-4506. So, welcome. We talked to Michelle yesterday, and Michelle said, Michael, sorry. Her name is Michael. It's female Michael. And Michael says, I live in Jacksonville, Florida. I have a serious health problem. I have to have my jaw rebuilt in Chicago, and I want to be near family in Chicago. But I can't drive there because my driver's license, my California driver's license, is being held in Indiana for a traffic ticket I got in Arizona. How the heck did that happen? You know what? Here's what happened. She got a ticket driving through Arizona, and it was for not having a registration or something. She took care of that ticket, but it was never recorded properly. Therefore, really, a suspension was put out on her license. Now, why Indiana took her license, we don't know. But when she was in Florida trying to get her license renewed, Indiana said, we want it. Why? We don't know. We don't know. Why Indiana? Why? Michael, because you once lived there, your mom lives there. Why Indiana? Why, of all the states, why did they come in and confiscate your license? California should have. That's where it's issued. Or Arizona. Why did Indiana take your license?
Today, this morning.
Do you have any connection to Indiana?
My mother lived there. She's almost 100.
So they must have thought you lived with your mom. They grabbed your license. They held it. And you said, Tom, I paid my bill. I should get my license back. Indiana would not release it. California said you paid it. Arizona said you paid it. And all you want to do is drive to Chicago to get your jaw rebuilt. And we put our pit bull on it, Deputy Daphne. We put her on it. And much prettier than a pit bull, but I just call her a pit bull with lipstick. What happened? It was a cluster. What happened, Daphne?
So really, I sent an email to.
You laid it out.
I laid it out
in a very meticulous way.
The way I always do.
They didn't understand you, Michael. That's why it was so complicated. So Daphne organized the request. And really just listed it. And what happened, Daph, early this morning?
I got an email that said it's all been taken care of, and she can now get her license.
Are they going to send it to her, or what? Or does she go to Florida? How does that work?
I believe, Michael, you actually need to go to Florida,
DMV.
to the DMV and get your license.
Right, I'm going today.
Isn't that wonderful, Michael?
Oh, thank you so much. I woke up this morning with 3 phone calls, one behind the other, saying, you can go get your license now, all from Indiana, from different places in Indiana, saying, okay, you can go get your license, So I was very, very happy. And I said, well, only you, after me trying to do this for years, seemingly, only you got it done, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Michael. Hey, Michael, this is to Daphne and to you. Now, Michael, how did you find out about the Troubleshooter show?
Oh, I've known you for years.
Oh,
I used to live in Denver, Colorado.
Good. Well, I'm happy. I was still here to help you. Thank you. We'll be in touch, okay? Now, isn't that wonderful, Daphne? Thank you. Now, Jeff says Tom Martino is confused. Well, that's not the first time people have said that. Jeff, go ahead and unconfuse me, sir.
I was listening to your show yesterday. Lady had an estate problem.
Yes.
and you kept cursing out the public trustee.
Yes, I did.
The public trustee...
In general, the system, I said. In general, I don't like the system at all.
The public trustee forecloses deeds of trust. The person you should be cursing out is the public administrator.
Okay, well, I used the wrong word. Okay,
Correct.
so
That's
okay.
it.
That was it? Oh.
That's it. Thanks a lot.
My God. This guy, okay. Public administrator. All right. Not a public trustee.
That's what I was thinking, but I didn't bring it up at the time.
That is, by the way, no, he's right. That is a technicality, so fine, thank you. Hey, Baron, what's going on? Is this Baron Trump?
No.
What's going on, Baron?
I bought a floor, and it melted on me.
Wait. What do you mean your floor melted? What kind of floor would that be?
A luxury vinyl plank.
Wait a minute. We got to get a hold of our expert here, Buddy Mitchell at Simply Floors. Where'd you buy your luxury vinyl tile? It's called LVT. Where'd you buy it?
LVP. But I got
LVP? Plank?
Yeah, plank.
Where'd you buy it?
I got it from Veterans Carpet.
Okay, and what do you mean it melted? Explain it. You were laying it down, and it's all laid down, and it literally melted. What do you mean? Is it liquid? Is it mushy? Is it warped?
It melted. I guess it warped or...
Is it? Tell me what it looks like.
Waves in the ocean.
Wow. You know what? I love this stuff, and I heard it was indestructible. Is it in an area where the sun beats down on it like crazy?
I wouldn't say crazy, but yes, the sun does hit it. And it's new construction, so I don't have blinds.
Yeah, but it shouldn't melt it, I would think. Hold on a second. Let's check with our expert. We got to figure this out. I imagine there are warranties, but who knows? Hold on, all right? This is crazy. 303-713-TALK. Speaking of the sun, we do have sun at an average of 360 days a year where most of the day is sunny. That's why solar systems work so well in the Mile High area. And Cam Solar is the place to go if you are looking for solar. Why? Because finally we found a company we can trust. We checked them out. They have 3,000 systems in effect right now. The thing I love about Cam Solar, a few things. First, they give a 20-year warranty on the parts, and they give a 20-year performance guarantee. Now, obviously, 20 years means either 20 years or how long they're around. They've been around 20 years, so I think you can trust the company. They are, the main thing is, you have nothing to lose. These people will put a system in with low-cost financing, no money out of pocket because of the Fed credits, the tax credits, and the utility company rebates. Go to this special site, fill out the information, and they'll give you an idea of how much electricity you can generate over time, and they'll put it in a performance guarantee. And if it's not a good idea in your particular lot, they'll know by this algorithm and your address and the solar charts, satellite imagery. All right? They don't even have to come to your house to do an analysis. Go camsolar.com/troubleshooter. Go Cam, C-A-M, go camsolar.com/troubleshooter.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock.
There's a few slow spots in the Highway Drive in the metro area. No new stalls or accidents being reported across town. Southbound 225 a bit stop and go on the approach to I-25, so watch out for delays there. Slow speeds on I-25 downtown between 6th Avenue and Colfax as well. Westbound I-70 stop and go in the elevated portion. Westbound 270 stop and go on the approach to Vasquez. The weather forecast, mostly sunny. A slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms today with a high of 88. Tonight, thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy, an overnight low of 57. Right now, mostly cloudy in the Mile High City, and it's 73. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
LifeLock Identity Theft Protection has added Norton Security to help protect you against cyber criminals. Protection for your identity and devices. Go to LifeLock.com, enter promo code RISK for an extra 10% off the low starting price of $7.99 a month. Terms apply.
When you put skill with honesty and integrity, you get Sheridan Autotech. The needed repairs when you need them, the quality repairs when you need them. They will never sell you anything you don't need. In business more than 20 years with honesty, integrity, knowledge, experience. Kevin Calkin is the owner, and he prides himself at loyal customers doing the right thing. Colfax just west of Wadsworth and Havana just south of 6th Avenue. 303-455-7242. 455-7242. And on my referral list at referralist.com.
Spin it, spin it, spin it with Spin Blend. If you're just mixing your summer salads and sandwiches with mayonnaise or Miracle Whip, you're doing it wrong. But if you're spinning your summer salads and sandwiches with Spin Blend real salad dressing, you're doing it right. Unlike Miracle Whip, Spin Blend uses no high fructose corn syrup, so you know what you're serving is healthier and naturally delicious. So don't just make a sandwich, spin it. Don't just mix a salad, spin it with Spin Blend real salad dressing. Spin it, spin it, spin it with Spin Blend.
When posting on most job sites, you get candidates.
I'm the sales director you're looking for.
But when you post on Indeed.com, you get the candidates just right for you.
I'm a sales director with an MBA, over 10 years experience, who's also fluent in Japanese.
With Indeed, you can add screener questions for a less time-consuming route to your short list of qualified candidates.
Arigato.
Hiring's better when you've got your short list. Save time on hiring when you post a job on Indeed. Get started today at Indeed.com/hire.
Today is the day you break the stranglehold of addiction. You and your family can't lose another precious day to this horrible disease. If you or someone you know is abusing alcohol, prescription drugs, hard illegal drugs, or if it's a mental health issue, anxiety, depression, or trauma related to substance abuse, please know you're not alone. There's help. Call the Raleigh House today. They've established a special number to address your concerns. 720-893-5559. That's 720-893-5559. The Raleigh House is a premier addiction recovery program located here in Colorado. You'll speak to someone local about different treatment options, all evidence-based treatments designed to help reduce substance abuse. No more excuses, no more denials. Get the help you need. Some health insurance covers the cost. Call today for a free, no-obligation consultation. The Raleigh House, 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. Call today.
When posting on most job sites, you get candidates.
I'm the sales director you're looking for.
But when you post on Indeed.com, you get the candidates just right for you.
I'm a sales director with an MBA, over 10 years experience, who's also fluent in Japanese.
With Indeed, you can add screener questions for a less time-consuming route to your short list of qualified candidates.
Arigato.
Hiring's better when you've got your short list. Save time on hiring when you post a job on Indeed. Get started today at Indeed.com/hire.
Time to talk about Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan. No two loans are the same. They will write that loan best for you. In other words, if you want a loan that's 13 years, 23 years, 15 years, 27 years, whatever the term, they'll do it. It's a flexible term loan. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. Equal Opportunity Lender, regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
Michael Brown, afternoons 4 to 7.
Dan Rather says that President Trump disinviting the Eagles to the White House is akin to McCarthyism. You know, you gotta wonder, does Dan Rather even know what McCarthyism is? Join me Thursday at 4 for more Irreverent Talk Radio.
Tom Martino here. Fix It 24/7. They're going to do a complete air conditioning tune-up. Now, listen, they are very, very busy, so we can only do 10 of them at $39. A complete tune-up, adjustment, and cleaning of your air conditioning system, condenser, coils, blower, all of it, just for $39 with a complete written report on your system. This is a steal at $39, but they can do it at fixmyhome.com, fixmyhome.com. That's Fix It 24/7. Now, because it's such an extraordinary deal, and they're only doing 10, I'm not going to give the phone number out. Those who really want it can go to the website, fixmyhome.com, fill out and get the number, okay, because it's the first 10 who do it. It's only $39, and they give a no breakdown guarantee. They're great people. Okay, let's fixmyhome.com. Fix it 24/7. I've known these guys for 30 years. Okay, now what are we doing? We're solving problems. All right. Now Barron has a problem I've never heard of. We're waiting to get our expert on. Vinyl, luxury vinyl planking or tile. I thought it was almost indestructible. We'll go to him when we get our expert. You're trying to get Buddy? All right. Ravenel. Is it Ravenel?
Yes.
Do people call you Raven for short?
Yes. And call me Ravenel, Nell.
Or Nell? So what's going on, Nell?
Mr. Martino, I'm using Stephanie Thomas on your advice.
Stephanie Thomas is a wonderful person in Colorado Springs. She does real estate, and I'm glad you're using her. So what's going on?
Anyhow, I'm 82 years old. I told you, I've talked to you before, and I'm trying. Stephanie's going to sell my home, and I've had an accident 2 weeks ago. Totaled my car.
Oh, that's too bad. Now, was it someone else's fault?
No, sir. I stopped, pulled out, and the lady come out of the other side of the street.
You know, they may take your license. My mom had an accident in her mid-80s, and they made her surrender her license.
Well, I hope not, because I've got a new car.
Oh, my goodness. I hope not. My mom had to take another driving test, and she passed it. But then, after another accident, they took it. But listen, let's go to your situation. You're okay, right? You're okay. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I'm purchasing a car from Larry Miller's.
Larry Miller, in general, not a bad dealership. Which Larry Miller?
Liberty Toyota on this new car drive.
Now, did you already buy it?
Well, that's just it. They do not have one on the lot, and they couldn't find one, and they're having one. They were going to drive it from New Mexico to Colorado, and I said, that's not acceptable to me. I want it flatbed. But, Mr. Martino, do you suggest me buying a car that's been brought in from New Mexico?
Well, that doesn't bother me that much, but I wouldn't want it driven either, that many miles. But what kind is it again?
It's a Toyota Camry, brand 2018.
Okay, a Camry. Nice car. Why did you choose a Camry?
Well, we like the Toyotas.
Yes.
I really didn't. I was driving a Chevrolet, and I wanted a car. I did not want an SUV.
No, I understand. And I think that that's a wonderful car. Now, how much did you pay, may I ask? Or how much are they asking?
They were asking, we got it for $24,554.
What is it? What kind of car is it?
Toyota Camry.
Toyota Camry.
2018.
Have you ever looked at any other Japanese cars since you're in that genre?
No, sir.
I'll tell you a car that is really impressing me, a company, is Hyundai. It's really impressing me lately, and the warranties are spectacular. Now, listen, there's nothing wrong with Toyota, but I will say this, and this is something I can tell you over the years. Toyota customer service, not that it doesn't matter that much on a new car, but Toyota is a very difficult company to deal with. They're not really good at customer service. The dealers are. The dealers are fine. Anyway, so the Toyota Camry, 24.5, you're not paying excessive money, a 2018. Will they flatbed it in for you?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I think you're doing fine. And Larry Miller, fine. I wouldn't buy any of those extended warranties, or I wouldn't buy any credit life or anything like that. Any other specific questions?
No, sir, because they had offered all of that, and I declined it.
Good. Good.
You should look at that Sonata, though. I'm telling you, I agree with Tom. I love the Hyundai product. That Sonata's a little bigger. It's going to have more stuff, apples to apples. It's going to be cheaper, and it's going to have a much better warranty.
You know, Ravenel, it wouldn't hurt to look at it.
I will. I will do that. Which dealership here in
You know, I don't, Mark, we don't really have relationships with a lot of dealers down there, except for, of course, Colorado Springs Dodge, but as far as Hyundai.
Just whatever brand new Hyundai dealers down there. Before you buy it, though, call back. If you do end up liking it, I'll find you one for a better price. End of story.
You know, that is a good idea, Ravino. Whatever you find, we can beat, and we can find better.
That would be great.
All right, but please look at this Sonata.
See if you like it.
If you don't like it, that's fine. They're both fine cars. You sound like you know what you're doing. And for those listening, say Sunday. Okay, now put
Hyundai.
Now put an H on it, and it's Hyundai. But Mark says something else.
Technically, it's Hyundai.
No, it isn't.
Hyundai.
No, I talked to a guy.
Hyundai.
I talked to the owner. No, I didn't. But anyway, I like people who do that kind of stuff. 303-713-TALK. Josephine, what's going on with you, Josephine? Well, you need your AC worked on. Oh, you're in Pueblo. I was going to say fix it 24/7, $39. They will look at completely go through it, but you're in Pueblo. So who do we get? Does Patriot go to Pueblo, Mark? Who goes to Pueblo?
Pueblo, my God.
Or as you would say, Mark, Pueblo. Okay, who goes there?
I don't know of anybody that goes there.
No, we don't. You know, we got to increase our referral
People are
list.
terrified to go there because the police do nothing there.
No, that's true. And by the way, that's a serious case we're still on. We have to get some better people down there. We really do.
I wish you would.
Now, Josephine, seriously, I don't know what... Hold on. Mark, let's try to get her at least a reference.
You know what? We had someone on the referral list about a year ago. That was... Hold on. Let me look him up. Hold on.
You hold on, Josephine, all right? Buddy Mitchell with SimplyFloorsInc.com. Buddy, I'm always bragging on you as far as all your selection and prices and how people can save money and all of that. But we have a question. Buddy, I never heard of luxury vinyl tile warping and melting, but this guy's calling saying, Barron here says, his floor is like heaving or hoeing. Hey, Barron?
Yeah.
We have some photos. It almost looks... Who installed it?
They did, Veterans Carpet.
It looks like it was almost too tightly installed, if that means what. It seems like it's buckling right at the seams. It doesn't, well, I don't know. How do you, what makes you think it's melting? It looks like a bad installation to me, just the pictures themselves. There's some chips on it. I don't like the way they put it in. And do they grout these floors?
No.
What is that stuff in between? Is that just, it looks like grout. What is that space?
I'm not looking at the picture. What are you looking at?
Well, you sent me photographs, and there's this gray space in between that looks a lot like grout.
That's the product.
No, because there's other pictures where they're blunt together, and there's no space.
Are you looking at the one I'm lifting up with my hand?
No. Your hand is to the left.
Yeah, that's the plywood underneath. It's just a floating floor.
Oh, you say that's the gap. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the gap. Well, this looks... How long was the floor down before it started doing this?
The next day.
Now, I don't see where heat could do that in a day.
Is this a waterproof for LVT or just straight LVT? Is it like...
Yeah, is it straight LVT or is it waterproof?
It's waterproof.
What do you think, buddy?
All LVT is waterproof. Is this, how thick of a material is it? Like I only have 3-4 pictures. I don't have the one where I'm seeing where there's gaps.
It's very thin.
It almost looks like a veneer product.
Yeah, and that's what it is. I believe, and I'm going to say this, and without knowing the product.
Yes.
I believe they installed it improperly and it expanded. So like laminate, regular LVT, is this glued down or not?
No.
Is it glued down?
No.
No.
Okay. So
but it goes down when the sun goes away.
What do you mean it goes down? Exactly. You mean when the sun goes down, it goes back to being normal?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what happens to that gap? Does that close up?
According to them, that gap is there because of the pieces of plank moving in the sun. That's ruined.
Buddy?
How much, I mean, it doesn't look, it's in a basement and it's doing this?
No, it's in the upstairs room, dining room.
Yeah, that's the problem with. Okay, so over the last 2 years, all the vendors are going away from like Cortec, the original Cortec, and the original WPC, which stands for Waterproof Core LVT. So what you look like you have is real LVT, right? Real LVT expands and contracts when it gets too hot, right?
Yeah.
So they've come out with a new thing called Rigid Core. Rigid Core is the product that they should have put in that house if you're getting that much sunlight, because when the floor gets too hot, WPC, the original Cortec, and old LVT, those products grew and shrink depending on how hot they get. Now, they got to get really hot, right? So the sun comes in and your house is at 80 degrees, that direct sunlight, you think southwest facing house, direct sunlight hits the floor, makes it expand.
Now,
my
buddy.
question is, I believe they installed it improperly or they installed the wrong product.
All right, but in either case, if they installed the wrong product, but he bought that product, are they supposed to know enough to say, no, that won't work here? Is that what you feel they should do?
It's really something that's developed that as an industry, we're
You're learning.
We're learning.
Okay,
right?
now Buddy Mitchell is honest enough to tell you that, Baron, where, listen, this is a hard call. It may not be all their fault, maybe the wrong product, maybe bad installation. We'll call them and see what they plan to do. Now, for Buddy Mitchell, remember, it's simplyfloorsinc.com. You can make an appointment online, and he also has a showroom at 52nd and Ward.
Dan, you said you put that
Clay,
in.
would you call veterans?
Yeah.
Flooring?
You said you put that in. Do you have to leave it gap at the end?
Oh, absolutely. It
Or
says
just
gap
fans
in the
or
end.
knuckles?
Yeah.
Could be
It
that.
says
Did you check the Watch Live? Is it good?
Yes. That's why I gave you thumbs up. Did you see my thumb? It was up.
This stuff looks terrible. Terrible.
Oh, it is.
But it looks insane.
I don't know why they got
To me,
that
it looks
gap
like,
in there.
It looks like an installation problem.
I think so.
Well, you just said it's a heat problem.
No. That stuff is made to float. It's a floating floor. So if they didn't put the gaps in there, when it heats up, it expands, and it's going to buckle.
Consumers more than 30 years in all areas of business.
But he said, I didn't read the waterproof stuff.
Larson Tax Relief. If you owe back taxes, if it's been years since you filed, these guys are the best. They're smart, they have a fantastic team of experts, and will understand your situation. Their name says it all. Larson Tax Relief. Relief from your...
But they knew about the sun hitting it and everything.
Possible resolution. You won't have to worry about your wages being
I don't know
garnished
why
or
the
losing
gaps
your
in there.
house. Larson will get between you and
see
the
that
IRS.
little
They'll
thing?
save you thousands and thousands of dollars. I trust Ron and Jack.
Do you know what the average price of a house is?
Where?
In the Denver area.
Denver.
Denver Metro, all right.
Denver Metro. I'm going to say the average price of a house is $380,000.
It's $521,000.
No way.
You're wrong.
Then the stats. The median price is $421. Now here's what happens with an average. They take the total number divided by the number. So a really expensive house can
Yeah,
steal
they
it.
throw them out.
But a median
No top, no bottom.
is the same exact number above and below. And I just can't believe it. Well, I heard it on Channel 9, so maybe it's not.
It's crazy. I agree. It's keeping, well, can you imagine San Francisco? I mean, that's really
So this vehicle condition report, is this the one? Is this the one for, who's Justin? Oh, this is that Chevy, okay.
But they're also bigger houses than you get in California. That's what
Are you logged into the Watch Live?
Yeah.
Go to it real quick. I mean, do you have it up literally right now?
Oh, no. What? I do that.
On there? No, it's all right.
On the referral list?
Yeah, I'm just trying this reverse chat, see if it
Your
works.
credit score preventing you from
Not that bad,
maybe
man.
it's stopping you from refinancing to a better rate. Hey guys, it's Ross.
I love the way you
I'm
do
here
this
to tell you
test.
there is more to mortgage approval than
What
your credit
test?
score. So if you've been denied a
Yes,
loan
reports
based on
me
credit
on
score
yours.
alone, well, you called the
Uh-oh.
wrong lender. At American Financing, they offer custom loan programs, down payment assistance, and in-house underwriting, meaning you can expect greater flexibility during the morning.
Log on real quick. Log on. I want you to watch live.
Your work history, and whether
Are you on Watch Live?
I just did it, and then I shut it down.
We'll do it again.
Okay.
My God, man.
Here it is. I'm here.
One step closer to a customized competitive rate mortgage.
You sure?
I'm here right here.
Financial goals. Affordable home ownership is within reach.
Watch Live. 27 minutes, 0 minutes. So this must be you. So hold on.
695-7000 or
Keep
online
it on.
at AmericanFinancing.net.
Oh, you're saying people are gonna chat with me?
Adults who have crooked teeth and always wanted to deal with them. There is a way to do that.
Oh.
Dr. Kent Lawson has pioneered new orthodontics.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
So people can actually go back and forth while they're watching this.
No, no, no. Only I can do that. No, what do you mean people can go back and
We should have people to do it. In fact, you can set it up on YouTube so they can go back on and do comments.
I'll give you a comment. I'll give you a fucking comment.
Mind your own business.
See, that's pretty cool. I can just log in.
Would you use these guys again?
Too.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I don't know. It's not over yet, but an app or a website.
Yeah, or a website, both.
These guys?
Yeah. No, the guys that we're using, not eDirectory. Those guys that
Probably.
are consumers first.
Probably.
Plain booster.
Again, have them have some way to test it without going live.
Those crowdsourcing sites, they scare me because you don't know the people. You know, like the ones that said they could do it for $9 grand. You know what I mean? Like,
That was impossible. I'll tell you this, it's fucking solid. The app is really doing, it's incredible. It's solid. There's no bugs. It can scale to millions and millions. That's the biggest thing. These little ones, their backbone can't scale. That's the biggest problem. In concept, it'll work with a handful of people, but
Art of Granite will save you money. You get your price on the phone. Art of Granite. I love telling his story, how he started with $300 about 15 years ago from Romania and built this beautiful company. You'll get to know him. Mitch Floria. The real deal here now is just call and get a price. He is so proud of what he does. You know, he can beat the other guys because here's what he does. He sells all the materials wholesale. He tears out and hauls away everything free. He does the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. So he's only charging for the base price on the material because he's a direct stone importer, either granite, quartz, marble, or whatever you want, even solid surface. And then he charges for fabrication and installation. But he is so straightforward that you can get a price on the phone. And it won't change that much. Of course, you got to go get your material and your custom edges, your sinks. And if you want cabinets, it's a small markup. But he does quick jobs, 1 to 4 week turnaround once you get to that showroom and pick out the final product. Get your price, 303-386-5919, 386-5919, artofgranite.net. Okay. Les, what's going on with you, sir? Hi, Les, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, Tom?
What's up with you, man?
Hey, I just wanted to give a couple kudos.
Yeah?
To one Clear Choice.
What happened?
I took advantage of your $39 deal.
Oh, yeah.
On,
yeah?
the deck come out, the garage, and there was a brand new home, and I had a new garage door installed, and I was obviously been used one Clear Choice because I called them.
Yeah, they're good. No, they're really good people. Really good people. So what did they do?
Job. Well, he installed some hinges that first company forgot to completely put on.
Yeah.
Tightened up a bunch of bolts, lubed everything. I can't hardly even hear the thing opening now.
I find that amazing when they get done with a door, how great it is. It really is.
Yeah, I gave him a couple $bucks to go get him, lunch or whatever he chose,
Now was this the low cost inspection or the free inspection?
Low cost. $39.
Okay, that's right. Now they have a courtesy check they do too as well, but that doesn't go into as much detail as yours did. Now thank you for that, by the way. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. They're just good people, and they do doors as well. I actually have purchased doors from them. So Les, we appreciate hearing that feedback. We really do. Are we finding anyone for Josephine and Pueblo yet, Mark, for HVAC?
Yes, I did. Let me pull it back up. It's R Buck, B-U-C-K, R Buck Heating and Air.
He's a good guy. He used to be on the referral list. Listen, the thing is, in Pueblo, we're just not generating enough leads right now.
Not for the referral list. I mean, we will be now with the new site. People got to check it out.
No, we will.
Go to troubleshooter.com, referrallist.com, hit chat. I'm actually testing out the chat feature right now.
If you can help us test out that chat feature, go to referrallist.com.
May I say something else?
Yes.
Last year I called you because I was having problems with my insurance company, my health insurance company. Refunding the money that they owed me because I had changed companies.
Yeah.
And you got me in touch with John.
Yes, at Integra.
And he got it cleared up within 24 hours. And I've intended to call you back so many times, but I never can really get through. And I also have another question. I know your time is limited. Do you have anyone as the painter that I could possibly get? I'm actually paranoid here in Pueblo because I don't hear anything good about any of these companies.
Yeah, it can be rough.
It is rough. It's very rough. And you take a senior citizen, a woman, and they think, oh, she's imagining this stuff.
I need to send some people down. You know what? I need to send some people to Pueblo to drum up and we need to drum up leads and get some background checks done and get some people. Right now I can't think of one off the top of my head, but if anyone's listening that has used painters in Pueblo and have had good luck, give us a call. Now we'll pass that on, okay? Josephine, I can't promise anything, but we'll pass it on. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Getting through these calls, you know, we have lines open. Okay, Kelly, what's happening? Hi, Kelly.
Hi there.
What's going on, Kelly?
Hey, we are building a home in Boulder County, and we are the owner, and my boyfriend's the contractor.
Okay.
So Boulder County requires that we put an in-home sprinkler system.
Gosh, I know. Doesn't it depend, though, on the distance from the fire station?
No, actually, Tom, to be honest with you, not that I'm aware of. It is a Boulder County thing, and I'm not sure if each county requires it, but I know for us in our permit where we are in Boulder County, it is absolutely a must.
Wow.
Part of our and I'll tell you, I've gotten some quotes.
Yes.
But we're doing it ourselves. They're
okay.
Very expensive, the quotes. So what you have to do, as I learned,
wait, you're doing a sprinkler system on your own? That's pretty brave.
I know, and it's not common. I'll tell you, it's a financial reason. We took it on ourselves because my boyfriend is a contractor and has been in the business for many years, and he's like, hey, we're going to build our own home. So I said, let's do this. So we are at the point, Tom, of putting in the sprinkler system. So to avoid having a big, expensive contractor come and do it for $15,000, we purchased plans.
Okay.
That was not easy either.
Okay.
But we got somebody to do it, and the fire marshal had to approve the plans, which makes sense, along with Boulder County for permit processing.
We got you.
So we did that.
Yeah.
He installed the entire system, but now we're to the very technical point where you have to pressurize the system. It's a standalone with cisterns and not crawl space.
Right.
And set the system.
Yeah.
You cannot find anyone to touch it.
Because they didn't do it. They don't want to take the responsibility.
How about Cintas?
What do you mean by that, Mark? Cintas?
They come out and they do inspections on sprinklers. Cintas does everything. I used to work on a lot of their fleet vehicles. I think they do that.
Now, are you saying they won't test it because they didn't install it?
Yes, sir. They won't. Well, I might not be using the correct language. They won't send somebody because you can go online and do this stuff yourself if you've got the patience. And, God bless this boyfriend of mine who did.
Now, wait a minute.
For a long time.
But what do you need done? Is there an actual certification?
It's not a certification, but the fire marshal is the next step in our approval process, permitting process. And to get the fire marshal to come out here and give his blessing so that we pass the next inspection, which is rough.
Right.
We need the system pressurized
and tested.
And tested and set up and running.
And it can't just be a plumbing company?
Nope.
A plumbing company cannot do it?
Not that I'm aware of. Now, correct me, please, if I'm wrong.
Well, I don't know. It's just a pressure test. Is that all? Or does it say specifically something about, is it more than just plumbing?
I think it's more than just plumbing. I may be incorrect.
Well, what we need to do is ask someone in the sprinkler business. So let's try to find someone in the business to see what exactly she needs. Does Kelly have a comment on it? Kelly, you have a comment on this?
Hey, Tom, my name's Kelly. I'm a fire sprinkler contractor in this state, and you have to be a state licensed fire protection contractor. But Dave Lowry, that's the fire marshal in Boulder, he's a plan reviewer, and he might let some things go.
Now, Kelly, you have to be a licensed installer to do it for others, but but obviously they're doing it themselves.
Anybody can do anything, Tom. I can go fly an airplane, but I don't know how.
But no, what I'm saying is it against the law? It's not against the law to do it yourself, is it? I mean, just like electrical work you can do yourself, plumbing work you can do yourself. Almost anyone can do.
Not according to Rob Geislinger with the state. She needs to call the state, and you know they let certain things slide on residential.
No, I'm talking about. Hold on, I come back. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So hold on a second. I want to get a clarification. Since you are a contractor, I truly appreciate it if you would stick around. Okay, hang on. 303-713-8255. Stem cell therapy. You know who I'm going to say. Regenex. Or also Centeno Schultz. They started Regenex. There are other Regenex clinics. But Centeno Schultz is the original. And the thing I tell you about Centeno Schultz and Regenex, and they're opening soon in Lone Tree. I got to get that time schedule. But they do true living stem cell treatment. If you go anywhere else, it's a gamble. Especially if they do not harvest the cells from you at the time. They're not doing living stem cells. And that includes all the ones that say they're doing stem cells. And I'll just come right out and tell you because I think they're doing a lot of damage. Stem Cell Institute of America, Stem Cell Society, the Association of Stem Cells, whatever these people are all giving you the misinformation that they're using stem cells, and they are not. If you want true living stem cells, use MDs, doctors, and doctors who will tell you whether you need it or not. 303-963-9201, 963-9201, Centeno Schultz. Look for them on my referral list at referralist.com.
You know, Tom, you're right about if you're a homeowner, they'll literally let you do almost anything
in the back end, like tennis.
I've only done stuff.
Yeah, where's the list?
Usually.
Tom will send them to you. The only ones I've done so far are the ones on the front page. Look.
Boulder's going to make everybody.
These are the only 4 I've done.
You know,
Pro Auto,
Fix
It,
what,
David,
they're
and
going to open themselves up.
all the other
I
ones
see
need to be
flood
done.
damage,
So you'll go into the back end. Can you even log back in yet?
I
don't know if it's been an hour though. I have no idea.
I would unintentionally.
And then if you go to what's another one? Let's do one more.
You could take it out. What case just shows out?
Plumber. Okay. You're going to go into edit under listing, on the bottom floor. And then right now they're outside billing. You're going to switch them to
the power went off, and the water and sprinkler system froze. It thawed back up and destroyed everything.
I just see something going wrong.
You hit OK.
And
you hit save change.
Oh, yeah. Ours, we did all the work ourselves. It was 20
all the endorsements. I need that list of endorsements pronto, please.
To me, please.
Well, I know, but I can't do it while I'm on the air.
You don't have it just in one
No,
little
it's not just in one little thing. I got it with Sawyer. I mean, I really don't. I just don't have
Go to
something
the,
that
you
easy.
can't even go to the old site. Well, they just want that banner store done.
I'll get it done as soon as I'm on. I'll even try to do
Anyone
it.
you can think of, just make a list of
church systems.
Okay.
You know the water standing studio.
There's 2 systems. One's a dry standing and one's water charge.
Oh wait, I know.
So
Well, that's
they
a
can't melt their inventory. You know,
So Tom, I've gotten a lot of the, remember you said that if I sent you the billing, or the contract that the gal signed with the billing from the lawyer. Okay, I'm going to send that to you. Yeah, but I'm not going to print it because they're like 69. Some of them are a lot of pages.
She does have a fee agreement.
She does on both of them. But like
why
one of them is.
Why is she thinking she doesn't owe?
Oh no, she wants to know. So right now,
Yeah.
The only thing
there's
she
a lot of
owes
shops.
are the lawyers.
But yeah, we
And
but the problem was is
she was asking about
goes back in
bankruptcy. If bankruptcy would, you know,
system thing was in
how
the
long
first
would it harm her to buy a house if she went into bankruptcy? Like one of the lawyers did nothing, but has charged her $4,000 because she needs to try to save her kids from that guy that's abusing her daughter, their daughter, and they wouldn't.
The guy is
Her father,
husband.
the father of the daughter. And
It's the biological father, and she's trying to get custody.
well, all she wanted was supervised visits.
Is this the one that Bonnie took? No.
So, but the one guy did absolutely nothing. Like they charged her for a three-ring binder. I mean, do they usually do that?
So was it lecture? Was it vinyl or
I guess
was
they
it
do
just
nickel and dime.
wood stuff?
I'll send it to you.
They said it was LVT.
Because the vinyl I thought was
got it
through.
This wasn't all the way
Yeah.
through.
What about
Maybe it wasn't. They told me LVT, but my God,
Anything?
you do the church.
Did Mikey say anything about the
I
phone?
asked how many years it lasted.
Say it again.
Mikey, anything on the phone?
But it wasn't commercially rated.
We
It
can't
wasn't
even
rated.
He's in his car heading to Texas. It's going to be a long time.
You're right about it. There's something.
Don't know what to say.
So nobody.
It worked this morning.
What are we looking? What is
no idea why it all of a sudden stopped working.
What's that?
I have no idea why it stopped.
Right.
Have we
No,
called
I put that
Comcast,
in.
see if it's not an issue with them?
I put that in.
Call Comcast.
You can,
right,
if you
I'll
scratch
see.
it, it's just wood below it, that press floor
Yeah.
stuff below it.
It didn't hold up the restaurant, but
But I'm gonna do LVT in my basement, just one minute.
I like it because the.
Did you contact Veteran Flooring?
Yeah, the guy's not going to be until this afternoon, and they haven't heard from this guy.
Really?
First, he didn't call them back.
He told me he did.
Oh, well, maybe this guy didn't know better. The guy that would probably know better, Adam.
No, I didn't call veterans, I'm talking,
Is it Veterans?
Did she do my pen?
Veterans Carpet.
Damn it.
There's a big place on Santa Fe.
Fucking pen.
Is it called Veterans Flooring or what?
Veterans
It's my
Carpet.
only one, that's why they fell out of my.
You have another pen over there, dude?
What do you need? What do you need?
A pen?
God, look.
Okay.
Damn.
You gotta calm down, buddy. Let's bring it down a notch, man.
I bring a year supply.
I'm Tom Martino. Welcome. 303-713-TALK. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. Now, my kids are on this program, and they do it for adults, too. So let's talk about the adult part. Adults, to get straight teeth quickly, they have to get veneers, or they do braces, but that can take 5 years. But the veneers can cost $50,000, $60,000. Just the front teeth can be $25,000. Really. Now, what Kent Lawson does, Dr. Kent Lawson, is the new orthodontics. Now, with the adults, he has palate expanders they wear at night, and these gradually expand the palate, straightening the teeth naturally. But here's the great part about it, okay? He can do it quicker with adults, and then they wear Invisalign braces. The entire project is 2 years to straight, beautiful teeth. And at the same time, it aligns the jaw, which helps with TMJ and sleep apnea. So you have a triple benefit. Beauty, TMJ is gone or minimized where you don't get it, or it's prevented or it goes away. And then sleep apneas are treated. So that's the new orthodontics, and that's Dr. Kent Lawson, Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, and you should really check them out. If you want straight, beautiful teeth, it will be a fraction, like a fraction of the cost, a tenth of the cost of these other ways. 303-690-0100. 303-690-0100. Or Google New Orthodontics, Aurora Orthodontics, or look on my referral list at referralist.com. Okay, so Kelly's a contractor for sprinkler systems for homes and businesses. But Kelly, with all things where contractors need licenses, homeowners usually do not if they do it themselves, so long as they get it, approved. And for electrical, plumbing, all of that. So are you saying, though, with sprinkler systems, are you saying they are not allowed to do it themselves, period?
You have to have a state installer's license to install fire sprinkler system.
Kelly?
An installer. Each individual has to have a state. I'm just telling you, Tom.
What about for your? I'm only talking about your own home.
Yes, as you can go on the state's website and read about it. And it's a city who's ever the AHJ, authority having jurisdiction, will let certain things slide.
Like, what do you mean, when you keep saying that, what do you mean certain things slide? Will they let homeowners install their own system? Yes or no?
It's a gray area. That's not a yes or no answer, Tom. It's a gray area.
Homeowners can't do everything. How is it gray? That's all I need to know. I mean, what do you mean by...
every fire department, every fire municipality has AHJ. There's a thing called the NFA.
So, Kelly, it is possible then, in some cases, homeowners can install their own system.
Yes, it's up to the authority having jurisdiction.
Well, isn't that like it is with everything?
No, not electrical. It's not $99 Roto-Rooter coming to your house and putting in a thing. When a sprinkler system fails and a person's in
there... No, I know what you mean. Listen, I realize how serious it is, Kelly, just like it is with electrical. So Kelly is saying homeowners may be allowed to do it. They may be. But it's not automatic.
Like, I don't think a homeowner can do his own structural foundation. There's things they can't do.
Yes, they can.
They can.
They can't stamp it.
Okay.
They can't approve it.
Okay.
It has to be, but in most every case, homeowners are allowed to do their own thing. We just have to hold on for the rest. Kelly, I appreciate the information. I just have some other people calling in as well. Kelly, hang on. New callers, 303-713-TALK. We'll get to the bottom of this. Can a homeowner do their sprinkler system, and what's involved? We'll talk about it.
Can they attach their own solar to the grid?
No, because just like they can't connect a fresh water line.
How about connect a new connection to the Excel box out front?
No, but they can do anything in their home. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about interfacing with someone else at all. Never. You have to be licensed, but for yourself.
I just don't understand why I paid engineers over the years.
Well, you have to, because they have to engineer the plan and approve it, and they have to test it.
But if it's your own house, why can't you do that?
Well, you can't. You can't. Okay. They make you get a signed. If I got a signed foundation approved contract, and I went and laid everything out and did it myself, if it passes the periodic inspections, and if my engineer stamps it, I'm fine. Okay. Where the problem is, like my own framing, my own roofing, the only problem is in the inspection. Most of the time, a homeowner can't pass inspection.
Yeah. If you, Mark, on that building you want to do, make sure, like on your foundation, get a engineered stamp.
I have to. I go through.
He has no choice. I mean, you have
that's
no choice.
That's why I brought it up, though. Yeah. Why do I have to do that if I can do my own shit? I can't.
You can do your own stuff, but it has to be approved.
Right. Everything has to be approved.
What I'm saying is, why can't I make my own plans? If I grab someone else's plans,
you can make your
but
own.
I can't stamp them.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
You can make them, and an engineer might say they are great and stamp them, and then it's done.
Yeah.
But you can't fabricate your own stuff, your own
not even trusts.
But I'll tell you, man,
it's like a permit.
Trust
you can inspect it yourself, but you can't pass the permit.
Yeah, how come I can't inspect my own work and sign off on it, goddamn?
Because they needed some dilly-dally from the county.
On commercial, it's way different. We did all the stuff on hangers. We did our own electrical, our own conduit and stuff. But then we had to have a regular electrician come out, bless it, do the last of it, and put their name on it.
I see these sprinkler systems.
Now there isn't.
It's going to be a bad deal.
You can't.
I think Cintas does that.
They do. I just looked them up.
I know. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. All they get. What she's saying is, how do we do it fucking cheap? Is what she's asking.
No. She's saying who will come inspect it.
She said she's already. She said she's already approved, Mark. She said she was already approved to do it herself. She just needs someone to test it.
Right.
I don't know if it's in. When you do gas lines,
they'll pressurize it and do the whole thing.
Yeah. Cintas took over all the fire extinguisher companies in Denver. They bought them all out.
Not all, but yeah.
Well, just about all of them.
You know, you can sign off on your own fire extinguishers.
On the tag, you have.
Ma'am.
No, literally, you can sign off on your own. There's nothing wrong with doing it.
Oh,
nothing.
Right. You just got to look at it. It's just a
you got to inspect it. Yeah. There's nothing that says you have to have Cintas or anybody.
The guys
come out and sign on.
The guys that come out and shake them, look at the thing and
Do
sign
they shake them?
That's what I'm saying, but even as a business owner, you don't have to do that. You have to sign it, but you don't have to hire someone to do it.
Yeah.
Are we still working on that with that lady?
I go around once a year and do all my...
Which lady?
Which one?
Are we still coming back to the fire?
I don't know what time to do it.
Oh, yeah, because we got another guy on here, Dennis, works for the Colorado Fire Services, and they were another new guy.
Can you imagine if you were forced to do that and all of a sudden something happened and flooded your house?
Oh my
The
God.
sprinkler system, I would shut it off.
Well,
I'd
Dan,
put it in and shut it off.
Wouldn't you think a gas line would be just as dangerous?
No, because you can smell the gas.
Oh, okay.
Well, and it usually doesn't just blow. Usually here, if it goes off, boom.
Because they let us do our own gas lines, but you have to pressurize them to 25 pounds. They have to hold it for 20.
Drew, grab that line, please.
But like I say, the gas, you'll smell it. If it is, it's usually a little bitty leak.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just...
It's threaded pipe. It's hard to have a massive failure on threaded steel pipe.
I mean, look at all your gas appliances. You put in your own appliances, you put in your own gas stove, you put in your own water heater.
Our sprinkler system was threaded steel pipe.
How about, okay, so he's saying you can do anything in your own home.
Yes.
Okay, how about if I want to build a fucking nuclear reactor? No issue?
Absolutely, no issue at all.
Okay.
You got an engineering stamp.
Who do I pull the permit from?
Make sure you got an engineering stamp on it. That's where we got, when we were doing a house, the trusses that came didn't have the engineering stamp letter with them. Oh, really? We got in big trouble over that. But then,
I can see that.
Because they're an engineered product.
No, I built my own trusses for my shed.
Yeah.
No,
well, and
I don't live in that, though.
And the building inspector can sign off on a trustee lien, but generally they're going to say you need an engineering stamp.
Sure, cover the butt.
Yeah.
Why would you?
Yeah,
But those sprinklers,
I've had good luck with inspectors.
So these sprinkler systems, is there an automatic shut off? Did you go run over and shut it off?
Well, it's automatic. There's a main.
Not automatic, a manual?
Well, there has to be a main shut off for every water supply.
I tell you, there's going to be more damage.
Every water supply has to have a turn off.
We did you know the solenoids on sprinkler systems that come on and off? You know, solenoid opens up your sprinkler system. We have that as our main shut-offs. Ooh. So the reason why is because you can have a switch the door and turn the water off when you leave. They fail off. If the power opens it, so when they fail, they fail in opposition.
At least 2:30.
Why?
It's a wide.
So we don't have broadband.
Well, the internet is working. The phone service is not.
Oh, so that wasn't just him.
But he might have caused it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you couldn't call, I couldn't call.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can't check phone messages.
Right, we couldn't forward Martino.
Listen,
We made downstairs.
another water?
Yes, there's one right here.
And coffee would be great.
I'm selling this for $4. It's not a priority.
What's that? Take $4.50.
How thirsty are you?
Yeah. You know, he was talking about getting the inspector to sign off. Well, I guess because we always did everything through code. Don't cheat. If you're doing it yourself, make damn certain you do the code. Because they're looking extra close at you.
Right. Well, you know, there's, and I never had a code. There's code even for the number of screws in drive.
Yes, there is.
I know. And I talked to a guy who did my stuff, and he says most of the buildings downtown.
So let me understand this. Can I dig my own well?
Sure, why not?
Well,
okay. So I can tap right into whatever fucking aquifer I want.
I was just going to say that if
Nice try, bud. I already know you can.
Oh, absolutely. Any aquifer you want. As long as they don't,
Can I tap into oil? Can I tap into your oil?
As long as they don't know about it.
I'm going to show up to hit shit. Can I dig my own well? Just tap into whatever aquifer I want, no problem.
With a permit, you can dig your own well, but
Did you want this?
It has to be.
See? I'm just popping holes in your hole.
And you can dig your own well. I did it.
Help me get my feet back on the ground.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by BestBasementsDenver.com. BestBasementsDenver.com. That's otherwise known as Lent Construction. Our friend Jack. What we do here is we help, we inform, we take complaints, we let you unload on people, we let you do whatever it takes to make your life a little easier. We're working on something right now, a sprinkler system we're talking about. We also have some other things behind the scenes we're working on. Now, this luxury vinyl tile was installed. Was it installed properly and correctly? Why is it warping? Why is it heating and heaving? Why are there gaps? Deputy Clint's looking into that. 303-713-8255. BestBasementsDenver.com will get you someone who will take your basement, and it's not just an afterthought. So many basements are just drywall and carpet. They're boring. They're really boring. But with Jack and Lent Construction, BestBasementsDenver.com, you'll get coffered ceilings if you want. You get some wainscoting. You get beautiful texturing. You get good designs. You get value engineering, which means he'll take and get you the most money for your buck, which means the design shows character. It's integrated into the home. It's not just an afterthought. And he does line-by-line pricing. He doesn't phony up allowances to make it look cheap so you sign the contract. The guy's a great guy. Just look him up. BestBasementsDenver.com. So, in Boulder, Kelly wants to do her own home sprinkler system. Now, Kelly, were you told, point blank, because we're having a controversy here, homeowners' permits are usually permitted for anything in the home so long as you follow the code, and with engineering you have to have it stamped, and you have to also have the building inspections. But you can do your own foundation, your own framing, your own windows, your own electrical, your own plumbing. Now, with sprinkler systems, we had a guy call say, you can't automatically do your own sprinkler system unless the local authority allows you to. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. Kelly, did they tell you that you can do your own sprinkler system?
Yes, Boulder County allowed us to, from our understanding, even the marshal, the fire marshal that will be doing our...
But all you need, need a test.
Yes, sir. We need to pressurize and set the system, which is all I know.
And set the system. What does that mean?
Apparently, what that means is get it ready for the fire marshal to come and inspect it so Boulder County can move to our next...
And I think when it comes, even though Mark blurts out names of companies, I think you're going to have a problem finding a company that wants to put their name on it. You see,
absolutely, that's my problem.
See, with electrical inspections, you don't have to have an electrician sign it off or test it. The electrical inspector checks it. But you're telling me before the inspector even comes, you have to have it pressure tested, and you can't get a company to do it.
Well, apparently we could pressure test it, Tom. However, it gets a little bit, because we are knowledgeable enough to install it from the plans we were approved. It's a little, like the other Kelly said, it's a little,
gray area.
Pressure. It's kind of scary. It's not so much gray. We could do it. My boyfriend is a little nervous because he's never done it, even though, which is why.
Hold on one second.
Discouraged.
Just hold on one second, and let's listen to Dennis. Dennis says he works for Colorado Fire Services. Now, I don't know what that is. What is that, Dennis?
Hey, Tom, it's Dennis.
Yeah, go ahead.
Colorado Fire Services, we're a local fire protection company here in the Denver metro area.
Good. What about homeowners? Are they allowed to do their own sprinklers?
No, like the other Kelly said, it is up to the authority having jurisdiction. Boulder County says that they can, as long as they follow the plans that were approved by the fire department, then they can go ahead and do that. Now, I have a few questions.
Sure.
Being that it's in Boulder County, it's up in the foothills, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of system is it? Is it a wet system?
Is it a what?
Is it a wet system, or is it a dry pipe system? Is it an
It is wet.
System?
I assume it's a standalone with cisterns, 800-gallon cisterns that will be pressurized, from my understanding, to run the system standalone.
Can I ask you something, Dennis? What is a dry sprinkler system? What is the yellow stuff?
No, a dry pipe system is got the piping is all full of air, and it's maintained by an air compressor, and then there's a valve, if you will, and below the valve is water, and air pressure is holding the clapper down. And then if there's a fire event, the air escapes the system, water pressure overcomes the air pressure and floods the pipe with water.
Oh, cool.
That's the dry pipe system. So and basically it's for cold climate.
I get you.
Colorado.
Yeah.
So so you got a storage tank.
Yes, cisterns in the basement, so I'm assuming it's a wet system.
So listen, Dennis, a quick question. What does she, because we don't need to go over the system itself, but what does she mean when she says before the inspector even comes, she needs some kind of final test?
Okay, so the piping's dry. It has no water in it whatsoever. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean,
Kelly?
Yes, right now there has been no water put in the cistern.
If it's not pressurized with water,
yeah,
basically you would do a pressure test just like you would a gas line or something. You see
but
if it
who's
holds
qualified?
pressure.
Who's qualified to do that?
I would say any fire contractor.
But why is she having a tough time finding one that will do it since they didn't install it? I'm suspecting they don't want the liability.
No, I don't know of any liability. They didn't install it. They know they didn't install it. If you're just seeing if the system joints hold pressure.
Okay, would Colorado Fire Services do it? Would Colorado?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. I've got her number.
Okay.
I'm going to pass it on to the owner.
Yeah.
And we'll see if we can get somebody out there to do so. I don't see any liability because we didn't install it. The permit's going to show we didn't install it. Colorado Fire Services is basically just saying that, the system works.
Oh, I'm happy. Yay.
Hey, Dennis, are systems like this becoming more and more common for residences?
Yes, especially in rural areas.
But, I mean, they're not becoming mandatory, are they? Except for, like, Boulder?
Up to the AHJ. I was looking for a house, and it was a modular on out in Fort Lupton, and we were so far away from the fire department. There was already a fire suppression system installed on it.
Hey,
so
Dennis,
it's just all up to the AHJ.
Can these really and truly suppress a fire at the beginning? I mean, it seems to me that it would do away with all fire danger, because doesn't it? And does it come on just where the fire is, or does the whole house come on?
Now, there's a system that can allow the whole house to be protected, but that's called a deluge system. But yeah, the wet sprinkler systems are just individual at the point of origin on where that fire was originated from. So you got a fire in the kitchen above the stove. There's a sprinkler head above there. That fire sprinkler head will go off, and 9 times out of 10 will extinguish the fire at the point of origin.
Is there ones that use that dust or whatever it is from a fire extinguisher?
Fire suppression, yeah, that's a dry chemical system. That's for industrial use only.
And then there's, do they still use halon, which is that invisible gas?
Not halon. It's no longer halon. Halon was outlawed. It's called halotron. It's a clean agent. Basically, it doesn't deplete the ozone. The EPA came in and said halon was outlawed because of the chemical.
Well, thank you, Dennis. And Kelly, we may have made a connection for you, and that's what the show's about. We thank both of you, and we should try to get a fire services company on the referral list, Mark. I mean, these are categories we have to start thinking creatively, because so many people are looking for dependable people in so many different areas. Okay. Melissa said she was overcharged for an emergency room. Then Jay has a problem with Pep Boys. All of these coming up. But first, Joseph A. Lazzara, a criminal defense attorney. And I hope you never even need this guy. If you play your cards right, you don't. Like when you drink at an outdoor Barbie, get somebody to drive, or use Uber, or use Lyft. I'm serious when I say that. Joe Lazzara doesn't advertise because he's encouraging this activity. He's just there, okay? I'm not going to make a big excuse. He's a defense attorney, and we all need him if we're in trouble, right? You don't do things yourself. Even though you want to do that, sprinkler system yourself, only a fool represents himself as an attorney, right? We've heard that. Joseph Lazzara is there. I hope you never need him, but keep that name, 303-429-6200. Lazzara has 2 Z's and 1 R. LazzaraLegal.com.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock.
There's a couple of trouble spots in the Highway Drive in the metro area. Construction clogging up the drive on the Turnpike. Westbound 36 is slow between Broadway and Federal. They've got all but the far right lane blocked there. They're doing some emergency road work backups to I-25, so watch out for delays there. Also delays on southbound 225 due to a crash after Yosemite. That's been a trouble spot throughout the day today. The left lane is blocked, backups to Parker Road. The weather forecast, a slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms today with a high near 88. Tonight, thunderstorms early and overnight low of 56. Right now, mostly cloudy in Denver and 76. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
LifeLock Identity Theft Protection has added Norton Security to help protect you against cyber criminals. Protection for your identity and devices. Go to LifeLock.com, enter promo code RISK for an extra 10% off the low starting price of $7.99 a month. Terms apply.
I'm Tom Martino for Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan, because Ideal wants to make sure if they do a refinance for you, they put you in a better position than you were in before. And being in a better position than you were before means you have a shorter term or a lower rate or both, or that you've maybe consolidated some debt and then they can tell you.
We try about one new investment thing every year. Actually do it.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Actually do
You're
about
talking, like,
if you don't
well,
try
how much of an investment are we talking about? Like hundreds of thousands? Or
no, but I mean, you know, we've got to spend
like
money
what?
to get-
Somebody comes to you with an idea and you say, yeah, I'll help you?
No, we spent the money to get a dealer's license. That was.
Oh, I get what you mean, yeah.
You know, we built hangars one time. We built homes for a while.
The hangars worked out.
Right now, we're invested. We're trying to buy another Airbnb. But we every
And by the
year-
way, what was that guy's name? That woman's name, Melissa? Who was the one with the sprinkler system?
Kelly.
With an eye.
Was it not?
I don't know.
Here, I got something. Here, there you go.
What's that?
You was talking about.
Dan's home dental discount.
Yeah.
Program painkiller option.
What is it? Just talking about doing teeth or stuff. There you go. See? Root canals are us.
Root canals are us.
There's nothing wrong with it.
You gotta be tough, though.
You can do your own too. I had to, well, I won't get into it, but when I was in that fucking rice paddy fixing those cow
Let me tell you,
I
you
did
get
a lot of
toothache.
shit I didn't want to do.
You get a toothache. What was that oil I said? I absolutely.
Oh yeah, Orgel. It's
For temporary shit, but I mean,
yeah, but it's
temporary. I mean, what the fuck? You're not going to fix a fucking cavity. The cavity's still going to be there, Dan.
So not if you drill it.
So you're telling me this shit is going to fill the cavity?
What's that oil? What is that? Not oil.
Castor oil.
I'm asking you.
No, it's not going to fill the cavity. I'm saying if you have a toothache.
Yeah,
a lot of toothaches are like a little infection or something.
I've known people who've used that oil for a day or so until the pain went away. Never got their tooth damn fixed. I mean,
well, no, there are people that don't get cavities fixed all the time.
Yeah, but they've used that oil just for a few days. Yeah, it's real strong.
Would you like to participate in market gains only?
It's what's in Orgel.
Is it?
Yeah, after we agree.
Yes, it is. Does such a strategy
Novocaine?
Yes,
no,
it does.
So
it's stuff like clove oil.
Oil of clove.
Clove oil.
And it works. It does work.
It worked for me.
Yeah, it works great.
Absolutely.
I've used it too. I've had teeth break off with root canal. Oh, God, does that work?
I mean, it works instantly.
Yeah, I know.
Tastes terrible.
Oh, you've tried it?
No, I've used it. Yeah, I've used it. There's a homeopathic remedy for that. It's a heavy clove taste, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's clove oil.
Yeah,
I can buy the actual oil.
Yeah. I never bought the oil.
If you don't, you can just go get your clove and you grind that up.
Yeah,
it sounds good. It sounds good.
Make your own.
Oh no, not make your own oil. Just take a clove and grind it up and put the powder on. It's not as good.
Computer component.
So I can just like shells could go on there.
You know the problem.
It's
a computer repair. Oh, it's got one of those. This is good as a.
Oh, I know.
They flip so easy.
And it's got marble.
Let me look there.
Oh, you drink?
Yep, it's in their name, that's why. Son of a...
You got the other.
No way to fix that.
What's that?
I just figured that way something was out.
Frank Duran, the real estate man. FrankDuran.com. You cannot do better than that. That's all you have to remember. Okay? Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. And if you're selling real estate especially, you may think, okay, Tom, what difference does it make? Something is average 15 days on the market. Here's the deal. There are still homes every month that go unsold. And if it goes unsold a month, you have a real problem with perception. Frank can keep that from happening. He knows which offers to take and which ones to turn away. He knows how to price to get multiple offers, as opposed to just pricing it too high and letting it sit. There are still finesse items you need to know. 303-920-1622, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Okay, so let's make a connection for you like we did for that woman with the sprinkler system. Was that Colorado Fire Services said they would come and test it? That's cool. I love doing stuff like this. Melissa wants to talk about an emergency room. Melissa, I will say we get complaints on emergency rooms at least twice a month. What's going on, Melissa?
Good morning, first of all.
Hey.
I have a question, and, hopefully you can refer me to the correct person.
Sure.
Back in January, and this is actually for my husband, he had a really severe toothache, and, of course, it was during late hours or after hours, So there was no dentist available, the 24-hour or the on-call dentist, we can't get you in. It was when we were going to have that storm.
Yeah.
So it was hard for, to get in.
Yeah, you're making the case as to why you went to an emergency room.
Exactly.
Yeah, that doesn't matter as far as why you went. What matters is what happened after you went.
Okay, so after we went, we received a bill for $7,000.
Oh! What did they do? Tell me about the walk. I want to hear this. You walk in, and
we walk in. They take him into the room.
Mm-hmm.
We let him know what's going on. Here comes the doctor and says, "You know what? Well, all I can do is give you like a numbing shot. It's like to numb the nerve, and give you, write you prescription for antibiotics." Perfect. That was all that was done. And now we received a bill for
oh my God! You know what? I realize emergencies are emergencies.
Yeah.
But think about this. I mean, honest to God, to go in, be looked at for 30 seconds, be prescribed an antibiotic, that's just downright abusive. $7,000.
Correct. And there's two charges that I don't understand, and I have talked to several people. Nobody can give me an answer. All they tell me is if you're not happy or if you don't agree with the charges, then you have to write a letter and see if they'll, do something about it. So there's two emergency room charges. One is for the emergency room, $3,445. There's another for level 3 emergency department.
No, yeah, I know all that. So where are we going with this? What's the bottom now? The bottom line, did they reduce the bill?
They just went, they won't do anything.
Nothing. They say you owe $7,000.
Did you write the letter like they said?
I have not done that. I was getting ready to do that, but...
Getting ready.
Hey,
do you have insurance, by the way? Do you have insurance?
Yes, but unfortunately, since it was the denture procedure, he doesn't have dental.
What was the denture part of it? What was it? I mean, what was wrong? What actually turned out to be?
I have no information on that.
No. I mean, he got an antibiotic. He had an infection, right?
Exactly.
Did he follow it up with a dentist or anything?
Yes, he did.
And what happened?
The tooth was taken out.
Okay.
He had an extraction.
Okay. Man, goodness gracious. He should have had
and
clove oil.
And that was only $100.
Clove oil would have stopped the pain temporarily. I'm not prescribing, of course. And
I'm serious about clove oil. It works.
Well, that's what you say. I mean, I remember using a remedy that had some clove in it. Hey, listen, I don't know, Melissa. Melissa, I don't know what the hell, seriously, you're going to do about it.
Tom?
How will you help? You think you can negotiate that down a bit? What do you think?
I tried.
Well, I've told them what to do in these letters, and most of them have gotten the bill reduced.
You've had it? Okay.
Yeah.
Suzanne?
Is it clove oil for the mouth? Is that what you were saying? It helps pain in the mouth?
You have
teeth, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's spectacular.
It's almost, it's damn near like a Novocaine. I mean, it's seriously.
Absolutely.
You're kidding.
It's right away, too.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Yeah. So listen, Melissa, let's let Clint's try to negotiate something. Let's just figure it out. I mean, listen, did Did it ever occur to you to ask how much it was going to be?
No, because they, all I said is, here's the insurance. They didn't even come back and
In
say,
your
well,
mind,
your insurance
in
is
your
not.
mind, what would you have not complained about?
What have I not complained about?
No. Here's what I'm asking. What bill would you have gotten where you would not have complained? I know $10, right? What's the limit? I need to know. What are you thinking?
I would say
1,000?
Maybe, yes. 1,000.
No, you would think it was outrageous. I would think because
or less,
how long was he in there total? Not in there, but in with them. How long total?
I want to say a total of an hour.
So if it was 500, you'd probably think, okay, that's expensive, but I'll pay it, right? I would.
I would do that.
Yeah,
yes.
I would
yes.
even
And
probably. I would even probably go 600. But after 600, I would start thinking, man, what are you kidding me? Like 7, 8, 9, and then $7,000. What emergency room?
This was Rose Medical Center.
Yeah.
And we thought it was an urgent care because it's those emergency rooms that look like urgent cares now.
Yeah, I know.
It was in the hospital itself. So.
All right, man. I'm so sorry, Melissa. Hold on. Deputy Clint's going to get your information. Greg's got a comment on one of my favorite topics, Pueblo County Sheriff's Department. By the way, when it comes to Pueblo County District Attorney, Pueblo County Sheriff, and Pueblo County Police, they are useless, okay? That they are about as useless as the hand sanitizer in a porta potty. They're always broken. So go ahead and tell me about it, Greg.
I just wanted to mention to you, Tom, I listened to you for, 30 years, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway, just until recently, I did not realize how right you were, but the Pueblo Police Department and the Pueblo County Sheriff's Department, they'll do two things. Anything that's going to make money, and anything that's going to get them maybe accommodation or...
Really? I never thought about them as... I'm not suggesting they're corrupt as far as making money.
No, I don't mean it like that. I mean, if they could give you a ticket...
Oh, revenue generator, a revenue generator.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I've got a neighbor, well, he's not a kid, he's in his late 40s, and he stands out in the middle of the street and hollers and
No. We've had one of those neighbors where the woman would make mimic sexual acts and yell and scream and call people names, and she was harassing the neighbors. They would not do anything.
They come out, but they just talk to him for about 10 minutes and they leave. And he sits out there and talks about how the cartel is going to attack everybody, and I'm like, my gosh, why can't the police do anything with this nutcase? But they don't.
They don't. No, they don't. Thank you for, what we already knew. By the way, I want to read this because the Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center is having a very special event. And I'm just reading this just now. Tuesday, June 19th, they want me to invite you to visit and meet the doctors of audiology for a free educational seminar and dinner, New Innovations in Hearing Aid Technology. Now, I'm going to be sharing my own personal experience, okay, and what it's like to wear a hearing aid. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center would be hosting this event. There is no charge to you. You're going to receive a complimentary hearing screening and be given the opportunity to listen to different hearing aids and technology like the one I'm using. Then you can try a hearing device for 2 weeks at no obligation, no charge, okay? You will get $500 off if you decide to buy after that, just by mentioning my name. Seating is limited. It is free. It includes dinner and information. Please, I only ask that you call if you do have tinnitus or a hearing loss and you're serious about getting it fixed and taken care of, because you will get that free hearing evaluation. Now, it's Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center, and to find out more, please call this number, 303-534-0163. 303-534-0163. And I think I'm going to put that up on our website because I think that's very important. I'm going to put it up on our Facebook as well. So that's Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center.
I was just thinking, I'll grab my neighbors, if you want to go fishing up there, and you have more than 2 rods, I'll grab my neighbor's thing too, so you can 4.
Oh. So, you know what? I don't fish, but the whole rest of my family fishes.
It's boring, isn't it? It's boring, isn't it?
I don't catch fish. Whatever. Have you seen the new little minis that they all have? The little tiny mini reels and the little mini rods, real short. These guys, we were down at the Denver.
You just can't cast as far.
Not quite as far, but the streams and most of the stuff in Colorado are.
No, they're good. It's just you don't get the touch, when people the feel and stuff like that.
They pull their limit out of those places.
Oh no, if you got a good place to fish, catching the fish, it's not. But of course, then if you fly, you can't fly with it. So just with that big, you got to really feel it.
Oh yeah, for fly fishing, you're right. You have to have a long rod.
I don't know.
But those minis, man, I just love those things.
No, I agree.
Tangled up in the car.
Yeah.
And they make a Magellan, I think it is. They make some quality brands of the little tiny ones. They look like they're kids' things. They look like a Barbie fishing pole.
I agree. I can't believe someone can sit out there and fish all day long, not catch anything.
I can hunt catfish from dusk till
What
dawn.
I really can't see is someone sitting out there in a bucket with a hole in the ice.
Let me tell you, buddy.
The ice fishing.
Cowboys can survive? No. What the hell is the word?
The people we know that ice fish.
Rednecks? No. Who the people?
I ain't going to hear what you talk about.
Catch catfish. Country boys can survive.
Yeah.
So there.
The people we know
You
that
can't,
ice fish.
city boy, fucking farmer.
Hey, I'm a country boy.
They sit in their thing, they're watching the football game, and they're getting drunk on their ass.
Who?
The ice fishing huts.
But here they don't have ice
Oh,
fishing
that movie, Grumpy Old Men.
Yeah.
They're fucking
You're right.
hilarious.
No, I can see that.
Yeah.
Playing cards and doing all that.
Yeah, but some of those ones out on Lake Superior, they're fucking cities. You'll go 2 miles out on the ice, they got convenience stores, they got they're like cities.
Where?
Lake Superior. Positive. Cities, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
No,
about.
you see them out here. People are sitting on a bucket.
Yeah.
Out in the water.
Exactly.
Fishing
I'm
through
talking
ice.
about back east. They know how to do it. They have a TV in them, a satellite.
Well, right here you can't have a house overnight.
You know the only place in the world that you can't land a seaplane? Where? Colorado. Why? It was banned by Game and Fish years and years ago.
You can't land anywhere.
Can't land on the water, Colorado. Well, private lake you can. It's private lake, but it's just a weird law. We're the only ones that way. The only ones.
Who? Why?
It's a Game and Fish law that doesn't allow them to
Yeah,
land.
but federal takes precedent, doesn't it?
I
guess not for landing, that's for flying.
I don't know.
That's for flying. I can call bullshit, but I don't have the energy to look up everything you fucking say.
Look it up, Mark. Look that one up. I'm positive of that one. Absolutely positive of that one.
Okay, look it up. Dan, he challenged. Look it up, goddammit.
I didn't even hear it.
There's a law that you can't land in any body of water in Colorado.
Unless it's private.
Unless it's private. Any
Go ahead.
body of water owned by.
I'll even put a lunch on it. You hear that?
Yeah, and we're supposed
Like
to.
one of the real lunches, not these fictitious ones that you know who makes up all the time. This is like
The guy I know was trying to bring one.
Come on!
Was trying to bring one cross country. It was a Super Cub on floats.
Show. Where the fuck is mine?
And they had
They gotta catch it too.
Huh?
They gotta catch it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I thought it was the most weird thing that he said that they had to go.
When is the Maker Faire?
What is the Maker Faire?
It's people who make shit, like inventions and
Oh,
robots.
I heard about that.
How about people that make trouble? Are they there?
Oh my God, it's so much fun. You see the makers.
Really? Where? They in Colorado?
They have one every year. It's
Where?
so cool.
Denver?
I'm gonna see
My
one.
friend makes metal flowers that look
No.
real.
Is it inventions or they just make?
Well,
Okay.
just things they
But
make.
I don't want to go to well, they did beads on a.
No, not art and shit like that. Okay, hold on.
Okay, like...
I would love to see a maker fair. That would be so...
Oh, we have so much fun. Saturday, but they don't say... This is the stupidest announcement. It says Maker Fair, right? For 2018. Oh, this is never mind. This is in Colorado. I want to go to the Colorado one. I love... Oh, a live email, bad versus bad.
October. It's in October. National Western Complex.
I'd love to go there. I heard about it.
Let's go to it.
I'm up for it.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. You know what? We have so much happening right now behind the scenes. How many follow-ups do each of you guys have that you're working on? Deputy Daft doesn't have any she's working on because she solves them almost immediately. But you guys, I mean, Clint, how many? This Boulder thing. Are you lighting a fire? What are we doing about this? Listen, we're trying to get a woman punished, rightfully so. Rightfully so for doing kiddie porn. Basically...
That's not Boulder.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a Pueblo. I'm sorry. That's what I meant, Mark. Thanks. Okay, Pueblo. What happens is, in Pueblo, sex crimes and assault goes unpunished. They go unpunished. We've had cases in the past where girls were threatened and they were in danger and police wouldn't show up. We have a case now where a woman went into the room of her stepdaughter, her 13-year-old stepdaughter, and took video of her stepdaughter masturbating. Now, obviously the stepdaughter didn't know it, and the stepmom was in there in order to show the dad. That's a crime. Doing it's a crime. You know, taping it. Another crime, showing it. Another crime, showing it to others. Trying to build a case that this girl is evil. This woman is a sick woman. This woman should be arrested. Pueblo County confiscated her phone. They have the video. They are doing absolutely nothing. Can you imagine? What do you think would happen if your son had a video like that, or you had a video of your daughter? What do you think would happen? These people in Pueblo are so backward, and they're so ignorant, and they're so useless in law enforcement. Pueblo law enforcement and Pueblo prosecution. We call, they say, well, we lost the case. The Colorado district, the district attorney in Pueblo said they lost the case. They lost it. They don't know where the file is. What's going on with that, Clint? Come on, man. What's going on?
You know, this father, it just keeps getting worse with him. His ex-wife just had the baby that's his child.
Yeah, and I think she's going through some kind of postpartum depression, actually.
Well, he sent me a thing that she's attempted 4 suicides, and she was still awarded custody of the baby. So not only his 13-year-old daughter being abused, now they got this baby at risk with her. And Child Protective Service isn't doing anything about that.
This is all allegedly, though. I mean, why wouldn't they answer these calls? I don't get it. There must be something.
He's actually going to a federal try to file some federal charges. Says there's international trafficking in child pornography. He sent me a list. He's going to try that way.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. I mean, when you called Pueblo, did we ever talk to the PIO at the Sheriff's Department? We talked to the DA's office. Did we talk to the PIO?
I talked to her, and all she said, well, I'll have somebody call you back. Somebody did call me back.
And who did?
It might have been the district attorney himself. I didn't recognize the name, but he called back and said, we have that logged, but I don't know where it is. We'll look into it, and we'll call you right back. That was a week ago.
Okay. 303-713-TALK. We need to do something, folks. I'm serious about this, by the way. We could possibly have 2 kids in danger here. Yes, Suzanne.
So I have Dino on line 2, and here's the deal, Tom. He's calling Colorado Tinnitus, and it's not ringing. I tried it. It's a fast busy.
Really?
I think it has to do with that big Comcast outage we have in Colorado right now that's affecting our phones, too. Dino just wanted to know where exactly the seminar is being held.
Well, whenever we have these dinners, we've had them at 2 different places, so I don't know which one it is. We've had them at Maggiano's before. We've also had them at Hacienda, Colorado.
Okay.
So I don't know. But you can't just show up anyway.
Right.
So what you do is just call later, Dino. Can we try to, you tried to get through.
I tried to. I'm going to email them, and then I'm going to follow up with Dino.
Dino, thanks,
make sure
man.
He gets signed up.
Now, Dino, can I ask you, what is your hearing problem, Dino?
Yeah, I know.
What is your...
if the seminar is being held in Denver or the Springs.
Oh, wait, what is your hearing problem?
Just, age.
Just age. Yeah, the hearing devices are wonderful for that. And hearing slowly deteriorates to a point where you don't really notice it until you notice it. I don't know how to put that. I remember the first time I put on a hearing aid. I was looking around thinking, what is that noise? What is that noise? I heard a noise. And I said, oh, no, I don't want that noise. Shh. She goes, it's the air conditioning. It was the vent. I was hearing air. It was normal. I just had never heard that before. Chris. What's going on, Chris?
Yeah, Tom, I just had breakfast at Littleton Cafe earlier. I've seen you in there.
I love Littleton Cafe. Love it.
Yeah, it's a little quaint place. Someone told me in that Woodlawn Shopping Center years ago there used to be a 2-plex movie theater. Didn't know that.
Huh. So what about it, man? You want to just reminisce?
No, so this is apropos of the Comcast outage because I listen to a liberal talk show out of Portland, Oregon, and they also use Comcast for business. So it's going on in like these major markets. So it got me thinking. I had a friend of mine who spent several years in Europe, and he was saying, and he pointed me to some websites, essentially what we pay Comcast or CenturyLink around $250 a month. Them in the EU, they get it for around $80 or $100, and I kind of did some research on this. Essentially, the way their government does, we have 3 backbone carriers in America. It's Comcast, Level 3, and AT&T. And so they're pretty much monopolies. And in Europe, you're allowed to run, the ISPs can run content or whatever through, they have to pay, because I know when you had Liberty Bell, you were in this industry,
right.
So correct me if I'm but basically they have to open up their line to competition,
right.
Whereas why doesn't Comcast have to do that here?
Well, because the competition thing, opening up the last mile mostly it was, and then the trunks, it was because it's like affirmative action is. Whites had so much advantage in the past that just making it equal was not good enough. They had to do what was called affirmative action, meaning they had to make it even better for blacks than for whites, meaning mandate certain things until it was even. That's kind of like it is with the sharing of franchises like what used to be the phone company's wires. They say you've had an advantage for so long that you now have to share that stuff with others to help them catch up. That's really what it's like. And so Comcast is not really considered like the original phone company where they have to share certain stuff. By the way, you know how cable is awarded, right? You go to a city and you bid the franchise, and they give you the rights to run cable in their area. Can you imagine that? You get exclusive rights. Now, I don't know if it's still like that, but they used to be done by franchises. The thing is, broadband is changing everything because it's different than just normal VHF and UHF signals. The modulation, you don't need modulation with broadband. You just need on or off. You just need a signal. Modulation requires a whole bunch of things. In order to do an analog sound, you have to modulate all over the place in that waveband in order to get a sound or a picture. To get digital, you don't have to do anything except a code. For lack of a better word, like a Morse code, and then the other side interprets it. So really, what broadband is doing is opening up the spectrum, where I think someday you're not going to have any franchises whatsoever. You won't even have cables. Broadband is so easy to transmit because you don't have to worry about modulation.
5G is a game changer.
Mark, there are going to be so many providers that it's going to be difficult to keep track of them. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Jay, what's going on with you? We do have lines open now. I know we're having trouble with Comcast and everyone else, But we do have lines open if you can get through, 303-713-8255, or you can instant message us. Mark, check Facebook. Maybe people can get through on Facebook because of the phone outage in some areas. Jay, what's going on with you?
Hey, Tom.
What's happening?
I have a 97 Plymouth van. I took it to Pep Boys. I was having a problem with it overheating when we turned the AC on. And my son-in-law used to be my mechanic. He's my ex-son-in-law, so I can't use him anymore.
Not if you want your car to run.
Well, no, he'd be fine.
I'm just kidding, yeah.
Keep my daughter happy.
So, Jay, hold on a sec, because I want to give you more time, okay? It's really important. By the way, if you're looking to protect any idea you have, like we just had a guy call us and say, Tom, we want to meet with you. We have an idea. You know, Mark and I have met with a lot of people with ideas. We always send them to Mark Trenner to protect those ideas. Don't ever go to the internet, to these 1-800 numbers or these places that say they're going to help you protect your invention, and don't try to do it yourself. It is stupid to try to do it yourself. When it comes to protecting an idea, you have to get help. Now, you can do a lot of the tasks yourself, but to know the law and to know the steps, it is always best to have an intellectual property attorney that you can trust. We have a local one who won't take your money and run. He's not going to charge you a lot of money up front and then do nothing. It's Mark Trenner, Trenner Law. You can even get a free booklet from him if you call him on U.S. inventions and trademarks basics. 720-221-3708. 720-221-3708. He's US-patentattorney.com.
This report is brought to you by
5G, were you talking about 5G?
No, 5G is just the name they give that, the nickname. There was 3G, 4G, and 5G.
It's the certain, it's a spectrum.
It's a speed. It's not like, it's not
But
like
I don't know.
4K
I don't think
TVs or...
I don't think it's gigahertz, and I don't think it's gigabytes. I don't know what it is. Well, let's see what it stands for. What does the G stand for?
And Qualcomm's the only one that really has 5G going now, right? 5G chips, the chips.
Okay. Oh, 5G chips.
Well, they haven't even got it. They don't even know what. They haven't all got together and even decided what 5G is going to be yet.
But the Qualcomm's what's the leader on that.
And the TV.
Okay, it stands for generation.
Yeah,
Fifth generation. Okay, that makes sense.
I'm working on
I think it's going to be 10
The 4K
gigabytes.
TVs is actually a speed or a...
4G is
is the definition of the line.
4G is basically 100 megabytes.
per inch.
And
5G is going to be 10
like
gigabytes.
instead of 1080 by it's
Oh.
4K means
Oh,
4K
instead of
means
the
4,000.
Instead of the old DPI they used to get.
Yeah.
Okay, well it is the
It's 4. I think it's 4,000 lines resolution.
Okay.
It's a shitload.
Yeah, I didn't know what that number meant either. I know it's some, I thought that, so that has nothing really to do with the smart TVs, that's the picture definition.
At Excel Roofing, they take clients and give them
How many lines of resolution?
So you can have a 4K TV that's not a smart TV.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Negotiates with the insurance company to get you the best.
Next week I have a video shoot.
303-761-6400. You never pay
Yes.
a dime.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
303-761-6400. Excel Roofing.
When that Maker Fair comes, Denver comes up.
Also on my referral.
Look at our deficit with China right here. Look at this fucking
So I'm trying to remember what, somebody I know went to that said it was great.
Oh, no, it's at the National Western Complex, but it's in October. I'll forget about it.
$120 billion deficit.
Oh shit. That's then when I'm leaving for Florida. God damn it.
And what they offer, Trump, they said it would buy another $25 billion.
See, if I'm not leaving till late. I just have to get my kids because I'm doing that shoot. So I won't have a problem with the shoot.
Or try to do it the day before.
No, I can do it. I don't want to change now that we got the studio. And I want to do
It's not at the studio.
Oh, where is it? That's even better.
At
House Modern Showroom.
Okay, I don't know if I told him that. I got to make sure I tell him.
Yeah, no, it's at like 53rd and Ward or whatever it goes.
Buddy's place? Well, that's far. It's close to me, but
It's far.
yeah, it's far from here.
For all kitchen, bath, and home needs.
There's a Bitcoin, look.
Flooring or window treatments, their talented staff of designers.
It's broken.
Actual
But it's broken.
Bitcoin.
At HAU.
I just just ran a Craigslist ad, and they asked if I take.
Are there any physical bitcoins? Answer.
Bitcoin, but another name. Cryptocurrency. Yeah, they asked if I take cryptocurrency.
That might be on one of the. So when you go to Craigslist, it might say we'll take cryptocurrency or something.
I've never once heard of anyone, not one person, who's ever converted the currency back to cash. Ever. Not one.
Oh, it happens.
I haven't heard of any, but I mean, I imagine it does. Well, tell me about these calls, okay? I have the success story about the Florida woman. I have Barron and his LVD flooring. I have Kelly, do-it-yourselfers with the fire thing. What else do we have that's interesting?
Melissa's emergency room, $7,000 for toothache.
Melissa,
she should have used clove oil.
Yeah. Would have saved her $6,998.
Oh, they have. Listen, you think I'm joking on that?
No,
I know it works. I've used it. It works great. My son has to get all the way down to Mexico from Phoenix, which is 3.5 hours, to get this dentist, and they've done that the whole way down.
Oh, really? For me, it just took it away. So it might have been a little infection. I don't know. Talk with us.
If you're having
different things, you should just keep in your medicine.
Yeah, sorry, you can't do your own dentistry, all right, bro?
Yeah, you can. Look at here's we set root canals are us. Root canals are us.
We're gonna run a Craigslist ad.
We'll charge you $50 and let you do your own dentistry. We'll give you
Dan's home
a pair of pliers. Did you ever tie a string? You were a farmer. Did you ever tie a string around your tooth and have someone open that door?
Dad would set us down with his pliers, get down there, and jerk it out.
For real?
For absolute real. And you
couldn't fight wait a minute. Your dad would pull your own teeth?
If it was loose?
Like baby teeth?
Yes.
Oh, that's different. Yeah, I see.
No, just last week.
Tom Marchino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in this universe. Let's help. All right. 303-713-TALK. Jay's got a problem with Pep Boys. So let's get right to it, bro. So you have a 97 van, Plymouth, and you went to Pep Boys. The AC was overheating when you use it. So what's going on? What happened?
Okay, what happened was the vehicle's only got 88,000 miles on it, for one. Anyway, I was trying to sell it, so I went in there and I said, you know what, it's overheating. When I turn the AC on, it starts to overheat. And I remember
you told me that. So what's the problem though with them? What happened?
Okay, what the problem with them is they like called me up and said, you know, we want to check on all your cooling system. You got a leak in your radiator. We need to change your radiator. And we need to change the thermostat because
hold on. Did you do the radiator?
Yeah.
Okay, and then after that, hold on, but it still didn't work.
They did $965 worth of work.
They did a lot of hunting on your dollar.
Exactly.
And then what happened?
And what happened is they gave me the vehicle. I turned the AC on.
And it's still overheated. Great. Still overheated.
Yeah, when I got home, it was boiling over in the driveway. So I called them up, and they said, okay. And I told them, I said, you know, what you got to do with the fan? Well, we didn't do anything with the fan. They didn't even frickin' check the fan. So I take it in there, and then yesterday they finally figured out what the problem was. It was a fuse relay, a $75 part, and a half an hour's worth of
Okay, listen, man. If they truly... Okay, hold on, though. If you truly did not need that other stuff, you should not be charged for it. Even though you got it, it's kind of unfair. Are they going to do anything at all about that?
No.
Come on. You put a whole new radiator. Or are they saying, like a lot of shops do to cover their asses, are they saying, well, you kind of needed that too? But, you know,
they didn't even say that. What they told me was...
Mark, what would you do if after spending $900 they say, oh, it was a switch? And would you demand that money back? I know technically he got the radiator.
God, I was in that business for so long. There is times you have a problem and you fix one thing and you need another. I don't know.
Well, what the problem was is I told them, I said, you know what, my son-in-law has been a mechanic for the last 15 years. I said, he told me, he says, what I would look at first is the fan. And I told them that.
Listen,
they, you know,
listen. Even though Mark says there are times you may need extra stuff, he didn't.
Sure.
In this case, Mark, he didn't. I mean,
I'm
because
trying to sell a car. I wasn't leaking before.
Look,
I didn't have.
If I were you, look, I want to call them. I want to have one of our guys call because I think you should get. Listen, you did get some value, right? You did get,
and I don't have a problem with it.
But you should be given you should at least pay dead cost and no installation charges, because their incompetence caused you to spend more money. It's just wrong. So hold on, you had the radiator plus what?
Well, they changed my radiator, my thermostat, and then they told me that my belt tension there was bad, so they replaced that. And then I just saw this. They put in a PepGuard limited extended warranty label, which I didn't ask for.
No, listen.
And that was like $70.
No. Okay, you need to send us that, okay?
Okay, I'll get I'm not home right now.
And I want you to. Suzanne's going to tell you how to send it to us and put it to Clint's attention. We won't call until we get it. What did it turn out to be? You said what kind of switch?
It was some kind of a fan relay switch.
That's exactly. Well, okay, man. How much was that going to be to fix?
It was $75 and then a half an hour worth of labor.
And they comped it. Okay. 303-713-TALK. You have a comment? Oh, Al went away on. I don't know what Al wanted to talk about, but he went away. Debbie's got a clove story. Debbie, what about cloves?
Okay, my brother gave me some clove oil. About the same time, my daughter gave me some essential oil, and they were both in my purse, and I decided to make my car smell better, and I pulled out the wrong oil, and my car smelled like cloves for like 3 months.
Oh, my gosh.
It's that strong, Tom?
It is so strong. So strong. Joshua, what's going on in your life? What's going on, Joshua?
Well, so I have a car that I was supposed to be selling to a girlfriend that I went to grade school with. It was her sister that was supposed to be purchasing it. She was supposed to pay me cash before the, end of January.
Yeah.
It's now.
Now, did you have this? Did you have this in writing, Joshua?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Yes, no, I do. I do have it in writing because I have it through my text messaging in writing. So
but you didn't have. But you're saying that she was supposed to pay you when?
Back in January.
All right, hold on, and we'll come back to you. All right, and we'll talk about it. Man, car deals that go bad between individuals are very difficult to deal with. We'll try to do that. Remember, folks, we're here to help you. Referralist.com. Save all your problems for me.
That's what got you in business, wasn't it? Yeah, car deal.
No, Clint, on land and seaplane, they can land in Minnesota, no problem. I can't see why Colorado.
Well, there's not much fucking water in Colorado, first of all.
Bet lunch about the Colorado thing, Tom? Wow.
I got to rephrase the phrase. I'm not looking it up. You can't land in any water.
Oh.
What is it?
You can't land in any public water in Colorado.
Okay, so you're telling me if there's a puddle on the runway and Tom fucking runs over it.
It's not a public water. That's not a public
How about in his
water.
helicopter? You're saying he can't land on any water in Colorado with his helicopter.
He doesn't have floats on it.
Well, if he had floats on it.
No.
He can't?
No.
It has to be classified as public water.
Well, what the hell's public water?
Water is
Public reservoirs, state reservoirs.
Grand Lake?
Grand Lake, yeah.
Any river?
I don't think there's any rivers that are private.
No. What I'm saying, is Grand Lake private?
I don't know.
No.
No, all rivers are public.
Yeah, the reason I know that there was somebody trying to get one cross country. Gary was trying to get a plane cross country, and I wanted to stop here. Said I can't stop in Colorado.
Well, if you have a special permit.
What, he doesn't have wheels?
No, there was no wheels.
I don't know what's going on with your Pueblo case, but I just had a listener say he just talked to the undersheriff at Pueblo County, John Hall. John Hall had no idea that this story is going on. He was aghast at the perception that Pueblo police have.
We better watch it.
It's Pueblo DA's office that I'm not getting in contact with.
So maybe try the undersheriff.
Yeah,
I don't know. His name's
Wait,
John
who
Hall.
was aghast? Who was aghast?
The undersheriff, whatever that is.
He was aghast.
Yeah,
No, it's the sheriff's department. We want, they should, I want to know what the fuck they're doing.
And Clint, really, most of our contacts, just so you know, you should be going right to media relations. I mean, trying to get over
We tried.
the
He's trying
No,
to
I got the PIO.
No, he knows that.
Oh, okay.
At the DA's office, that's who I called. Her name was Deb Montoya.
Well, okay.
8 tries to her before she called me back. Then she called me back and she says, I'm going to have somebody else call you. That's all she told
Okay.
me.
John Hall was appalled, and then Bill gave him my backline number and said, call Suzanne directly.
Well, I'd love to have
So
somebody.
let's see if he calls. What are we doing with the Pep Boys problem? Am I supposed to take his number for Clint?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got to send in the receipts.
Okay, am I holding him then?
He has to get us, tell him how to email us the invoice and everything, and then we're going to contact him.
And hopefully it will print 100.
Here's an article. They just tried to pass a law of landing seaplanes, so we want lunch from Tom. So
allowing them back
trying
in
to set them up, and they just disallowed it.
So they're still illegal here.
Still illegal.
It's weird.
What's still illegal?
Landing a seaplane on a public water.
In Colorado, it's the only place in the world that it's illegal to land them.
So that's why we're just trying to get lunch from Tom.
Why?
Because lunch?
He never pays. He's owed me like 8 million lunches.
I don't care.
He said this is going to be a real lunch, not like
I
a
don't
lunch.
care. It's not a ruble lunch.
But it is really bizarre.
When was it here? When was it?
The
April 6th.
Yeah,
of last year.
Why do you think they do that?
It was a game and fish problem back in the 30s. They didn't think they'd have access to, if they were landed on a lake and were fishing.
But was this supporters of the bill say Colorado is the only U.S. state that does not allow seaplanes to land on public waters?
Yeah.
The only state.
I was told it's the only place in the world that it's illegal to land them.
Oh, did they pardon this lady?
Which one?
Need a style refresh? Get it at Gordman's.
This is the one lady. Who was the lady?
Oh, the one that had the single drug charge and got a life sentence? You're talking about her?
The best kind of sticker shock with new delivery each week.
No, who was the lady? Someone visited Trump a couple weeks ago to try to get some.
Oh, yeah, one of the Kardashians.
You know,
Yeah.
I think that's what this is.
And she was trying to save a lady who had a single drug charge.
Right.
on a
No. It was laundering money.
Oh, it was money
laundering?
laundering?
Money laundering.
Money
laundering.
Through a drug thing or something?
Have you ever actually laundered money?
I on YouTube heard our discussion off the air, and he sent us a statute for seaplanes.
Yeah, we already knew.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Did you read it?
They've been trying to sucker you into the lunch.
We won.
Did you read it?
I think you owe Clinton an apology.
I don't know. I'm just hitting it now.
I think you hold it. Absolutely.
And Dan.
Dan pulled it
See,
up.
everything we talk about here goes out. That's why when you say bullshit, I got to challenge you.
Yeah, that's fine.
So people don't get the wrong idea.
No, so Colorado's the only state.
Well, I don't know. I got to see. I don't even have it.
I just read the article.
What did it say?
It's the only state in the U.S. that can't allow seaplanes to land. And they just tried to pass a bill last year.
Put your headphones on.
And they
Tired of other adults telling you what to do? Online trading can teach you the skills to trade in the financial markets and to grow your dreams. This is online trading.
The problem is I remember weird shit that doesn't.
You can check them out.
You can see, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, but you can't land a seaplane on public water. In Colorado, you can't land a seaplane. I didn't realize I would be kicking such a large hornet's nest. Why? How many people have these freaking planes? It's not like there's a lot of them around.
I went out to the
Isn't that cool? Nice and quick. You just have one hand. You don't carry
There's a reservoir down in New Mexico.
Surprised at how much stuff you
bunch of them. We go to Carlsbad.
I used to on my.
I don't like it.
Keychain.
That's why I like a skinny one.
On my keychain, when I used to have an actual key.
Oh, here's one I got off the dollar store.
That's pretty cool. Was it at the dollar store?
Do, of course, other stones.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
I bet that comes in handy.
Harbor Freight.
Natural stone
Free?
or artificial.
Was it one of their free coupon ones?
No, it was $1.
I bought a generator there for like $500, man. Badass. I've never taken it out of the box.
Is the interstate Predator on?
It is Predator.
Predator is an identical clone if you look it up.
I don't think so.
Predator is
trying to whisper quiet.
Well, I don't know about that. Predator, which is Harbor
Are you
Freight.
saying it's made by Honda?
No, they got a license from Honda to copy their stuff identically. They were licensed.
Man, I'd buy one of them then.
Their parts are interchangeable.
They're non-interchangeable?
They are.
Oh, I'd buy it for the cash in there, even though electricity hardly ever goes out.
Look up Predator. That's another weird thing I know.
On 630 King Howe.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. This hour brought to you by the Raleigh House. If you need information on drug addiction, that's where you get it. The Raleigh House is a drug treatment center, but keep this in mind. It's very important to get information first. And they're not trying to sell you. They're trying to give you information. By the way, there are some phone problems going on all over, and I urge you to keep trying. It's a Comcast issue. So if you need help, please call us or email us, live@troubleshooter.com. Email still working, live@troubleshooter.com, and we'll take your questions. I have a ton of email. Also, we'll take your comments and problems at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. 303 Martino is temporarily down because of Comcast. Now, speaking of the Raleigh House, I just want to reemphasize this number is to give you information. Cost, duration, how many programs are available, where are they available, does insurance pay, what habits do you look for, what are the telltale signs, how do you approach an addict, how do you know which addiction they have. There's all kinds of information. Families just get so frightened when they find out there's some kind of an addiction, or your husband or your wife might have one. You don't know what to do. Call the Raleigh House for information. Free, confidential, no obligation, and you can call more than once. 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. You know, I talk every day about how you can get help in this show on the referral list. And people go there thinking, okay, I need help. Like we have Compass Insurance Group, for example, helps people when they have insurance problems. And then people call Ideal Home Loans. They call them. And Brent, you have a recent example of how you helped a client. Explain that for us, please. We love to talk. We love talking success stories.
Yeah, for sure. There's a number of clients out there carrying credit card debt. So we had a couple that called us, and they had a number of goals in mind. They wanted to pay their house off more quickly. They wanted to pay off about $60,000 in credit card debt. They needed some money for some home improvements as well. Now, all these things you wouldn't think generally would work together because you're shortening the term of your loan, but we were able to eliminate 3 years of their mortgage, saving them $120,000 in payments and interest. They're putting $450 back in their savings account so they don't have to rely on credit card debt anymore. They got the money they needed for home improvements and eliminated their credit card debt. They're in a much better financial picture than they were when they called us initially, and ahead relying on savings rather than turning back towards credit cards when they need money.
That's incredible. I mean, it really is. You know, that's Ideal Home Loans. That's just one example of what they can do. They have several different programs. They don't believe in one size fits all. They truly do customize what you need for when you need it. 303-867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. All right, so let's talk. This one is shocking. Joshua, go ahead.
Yes. So I was selling my car to my girlfriend. Well, she never wanted to pay for it. And so finally on Saturday, the car was in the parking lot of the house that I was staying at, and it hadn't been there since the
She was supposed, this car was titled to you.
Correct, and still is to this day.
Right. Your title, your registration, your car. Was she making payments to you?
She made one payment, and that covered about the fuel pump that I had to replace after she took.
No, it doesn't matter. She made one payment, but the car was still legally yours. There was nothing in writing saying she owned the car. No bill of sale, right?
Correct.
Okay, what happened?
So I had Mercedes come and pick the car up. They ended up getting to the house around 1:50 in the morning.
You had them come pick up your car. Why?
Because the only key that I had for the vehicle, she had.
So you asked Mercedes to come and pick up the car for what? Service, emergency service, what?
To make me a new key.
To make a new key. Okay, got it. And that's perfectly fine. You're the owner. What happened then?
Yeah. So I called Lakewood to report that I had repossessed the vehicle.
You didn't even have to do that because it's not a repossession.
Right, and that's what they informed me is because it was still currently...
It's not a repossession. Right.
That's not a repossession.
Right.
I just wanted to let them know so that when...
I understand. Then what happened?
Right. So, Sunday they're not open. Monday I call, I order the key, make sure that they know that my car is there, even though the Mercedes had towed it there to them. They tell me my key will be ready by Wednesday. I hang up the phone, like 4.5 hours later, I get a call back from a service guy, and he wants to verify my VIN. I'm like, great, here's the VIN number. And he's like, okay, well, I just wanted to inform you that your vehicle is no longer here, and if you have any questions, contact the police department.
Yeah, your phone is really getting worse as you talk. I don't know what's going on.
Sorry. Okay.
This is way better. Please,
better.
way better. Go ahead.
Sorry about that. Okay, so he informs me that the Glendale has impounded my vehicle and that if I have any questions that I am to contact them.
Why did they impound your vehicle?
Well, that's my question.
But I mean, why? Did she call and report it stolen?
At this point, I still have not.
Well, Joshua, they didn't just go out and take your car. There are thousands of cars. There's a reason they took your car.
It had to have been because she could have called and reported it as stolen.
You know it is. I mean,
I know, but I don't know for fact.
So now what? So now what, sir? What?
Contact Glendale Police Department, and they keep on putting me on hold. And so after 45 minutes and 4 different calls of being placed on hold, they say that they're going to have their sergeant call me back.
Sure.
So 2 hours later, I get a call from the sergeant, and she's telling me, well, she put me on hold for a second, and when she meant to put me on hold, she really did put me on hold because I could still hear her talking.
It's almost like he starts walking away from the phone.
I know.
No, I'm not. I'm sorry. So...
Joshua, do me a favor. The story's getting way too long. Here's what I need to know. Hold on, Joshua. Hold on. Here, I'm going to ask questions. Okay, this is how we have to do this one. So the sale deteriorated. You took the car back. It was your car to take. You didn't have to do a repossession. Somehow, she may have reported it stolen. The police got the car. They impounded it. Then what happened to the car? I don't want to hear stories and conversations.
They released it to her.
Why did they release it to her?
Because when she put me on hold...
Okay, sorry. Suzanne, until we establish...
It's awful, Tom.
I can't talk. Until we establish recontact, we can't talk. Okay, they should not have released the car to her. He is the owner. I have no clue why they did it. Joshua, what reason did they give you for releasing the car to her?
They told me that she had...
Oh, no, we can't. Okay. Sorry, Joshua. You need to get rid of your phone. Honest to God, we can't talk.
Must be an iPhone.
I'd like to help the guy. Suzanne, I really want to help him. This is an interesting story, and I'd like to call Glenwood Police because even if someone, Glendale...
Maybe she literally had the title in her hand or something.
But it would have to be in her name. I mean, just claiming you're the owner, I'm waiting with bated breath, Joshua. Please reestablish contact. I want to know what the heck is going on. Meanwhile, I'm going to talk to Joe. Joe, what's happening?
Not too much, Tom. I called last week about general contractor expectations, and just something popped up that I thought might be interesting.
Go ahead.
So I'm getting new HVAC put in. I'd asked for more efficient air conditioning units, the 16 SEER rated units, and they came in, but the energy efficiency sticker that you see on the side of them says that they're 14 SEER. But if I look up the model number on the manufacturer, they say 16 SEER. And what I'm sort of being told is that the SEER rating or the efficiency rating is the max rating that a unit can deliver, but not a minimal rating that a unit can deliver, if that makes sense.
Well, I've never heard of a max and minimum SEER. I've heard of simply a SEER, which is a seasonal energy efficiency rating, technically. So what that means is depends on the temperature as to what the performance is based on the temperature drop. But what difference does it make?
Well, I suppose at the end it doesn't make much of a difference, except you purchase something that says 16 SEER more efficient, but it comes with a sticker that says it's only 14 SEER.
Well, okay. So what do you actually think your losses are in this case, other than a number? I mean, really, what do you think? Because I'll tell you it's incalculable.
No, and I would agree. And at the end of the day...
But why? Why is it like that? I would be concerned. Where are you getting the 16 SEER?
From looking up the model number.
But you're looking it up where?
On the manufacturer's website.
And then the unit itself has 14 on the data plate?
The data plate doesn't specify SEER rating unless some number there translates
Okay,
into that.
so where did you find the 14?
On the, the big yellow sticker you get on the side of appliances and
I
things.
get it. So I don't understand the difference. I just don't understand it. I mean, why is there a difference?
That's my question. And
well, that's mine too. I mean, what did they tell you? Did they tell you one was average and one was minimum?
They said the 14 would be the lowest efficiency that the unit would run at, and 16 would be the highest.
Well, I mean, okay. I mean,
it's nothing I'm gonna.
Yeah, no. I think it's weird. I just think it's weird. I don't like that answer.
Yeah, I mean, you tell me it's 16 SEER. I would assume, my assumption is that's the minimal performance level of the unit. If you're talking about energy efficient ratings.
Well, not really, because because EPA mileage estimates don't give you the maximum. They give you. I mean, they don't give you the minimum. I mean, they kind of do something in between. Your mileage may vary. I mean, but I've never heard of an energy efficiency rating is simply a rating. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me why there's a difference. Other than not knowing why there's a difference, what do you want? What would you want? What would make you happy with an answer? What would they have said that would made you happy? We're sorry, here's $200 back, or what?
Oh, I don't even know if it's that big of a deal.
Well, I would make it a big deal. I would tell them, I have a data plate that says 14, and I bought what you said was 16. I want something done about it. That's what I would do. Now, I don't think you really have a loss, but I sure as hell wouldn't let them just do it.
Okay.
I mean, I just ask them. I want to know exactly what you plan on doing about this. What's wrong with that, Joe? I mean, we may say, "Oh, what the hell? Why bother?" Well, I'm not saying you're going to get anything, but I would tell them. I mean, at some point, you got to hold people to something, and they say it's a 16 SEER, and it's a 14. I've never heard of a maximum and minimum. Would you please call us back, Joe, and let us know what they tell you?
We should ask one of our guys.
Yeah, we should. We should. They're going to say it's not going to make that much of a difference, probably. Listen, an air conditioning service system, complete service, for the next 5 callers at $119.95. What is included in that? Alaramis, what's included in that service?
Well, here's the big thing, Tom. In order to know if you need that service, you got to hook up your gauges. You got to do a full system inspection. See the compressor's working. Do you have problems? I'm going to do that at no cost. That's a nice catch right there. So that's
what's the $119 for?
That's if you need the service. If your pressures are not where they need to be, or the system is too low to operate correctly, so then I'll do the service, the parts and the labor to service your R134 system on your vehicle. We're going to do all of that included. And that includes the cars with rear air conditioning that usually have double.
Wow. So that includes the actual refrigerant.
Yes. And that's for $119.95. And we're also doing that inspection. So you're getting that right off the get-go. Free.
All right. But that's why you're limiting it to 5, because you're going to get a completely free hookup and analysis of your cooling system in your car. And if you need a service, the worst case scenario, of course if it's not broken, the worst case scenario for a service will be $119.95. That's Pro Auto Care for the next 5 callers. You get that free inspection, okay? And then if you need it, you can put a price on it, $119.95. 2 locations near Evans and I-25, near Bowles and Santa Fe. All right, 303 Pro Auto is the phone number. 303 Pro Auto.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock.
Let's start off with the
title to that Mercedes dealer. He can get a key from the title.
Yeah, but why did they release the
I
car?
don't know, but at least he can go get it back.
What is Joshua going to do?
He's called back on a different phone.
Oh, he's there. Okay, good.
Is it a barrel or a pipe?
Underwater. He's underwater.
Yeah, I want to know what she had to have proof of ownership of the car. If he never gave her a bill of sale, and he has the title.
She might have the title.
Yeah, there's something we're not hearing, because man, it's hard to get your car out of impound.
Oh, it was in impound? Okay, I thought it was a dealer. I guess that would be
No, a Glendale impound came and got it from the dealer. It's really hard to get you gotta have proof of insurance. You have to have proof of ownership.
How did you know it was in the impound?
How did he know?
How did she know?
She must have known it was at the Mercedes dealer.
Well, okay, I guess I don't.
You know, though, I want to hear the police had no right to release that fucking car.
No.
He has the title and registration. What could she have shown him? Even if she showed him a text. Are you kidding me? They're playing judge and jury. They should have said, go to court, lady. This is bullshit, man. This is bullshit.
It's really hard to get your car in. You have to have proof.
Why
of
was it
insurance.
impounded again?
We don't know.
Okay.
We really don't know.
I mean, his story was not only bad.
Maybe there's something we don't know. Maybe he has a warrant out for him. You know.
It doesn't matter.
I know.
It doesn't matter.
But I know he was just saying why was it.
Well, I say you can't. I mean, his story was like all over the place, and then he couldn't understand it.
I can tell you from having friends trying to go get their cars out of impound, it's hard.
I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino for Larson Tax Relief. I've been fighting for consumers more than 30 years in all areas of
I think something's missing from the story.
the IRS. I refer them to Larson Tax Relief. If you owe back
That's true.
these guys
The car is missing.
They're smart. They have a fantastic team of experts.
Maybe she okey doked the impound yard.
Larson Tax Relief from your tax debt problems. Larson will get you the absolutely best possible resolution. You won't have to worry about your wages being garnished or losing your house.
A friend of mine, when his plates came, he had two vehicles. They were both S10 pickups. He put the wrong plates on the wrong one. They were company pickups. They were both S10 the same year. He put the wrong tags on the wrong one. He got stopped. They impounded that thing.
This is absolute bullshit. This is the kind of shit that just pisses me off when people are taking advantage of it.
If it's the real deal.
I agree with Mark. More and more.
No, something's missing. Who has it? Mark says that all the time.
Yeah, well,
Doesn't mean it is.
It's always that way, though.
What do you mean?
I'm always right. Just ask me.
There is something missing.
The pressure is tremendous on it.
I'm Tom Martino. Joshua is back. Now, I'm just going to officially say I don't believe it. I think there's something missing. Joshua says he was selling the car to his girlfriend, but she didn't pay him. It doesn't matter whether she paid him or not. That's a civil matter. The car is legally in his name, the title and registration. Yet, when he got a key made and took his car back, Glendale police impounded his car and gave it back to the girlfriend. All right? Now, Mark, do you believe that story?
Something's missing.
Yeah. Now, Joshua, you understand this is almost impossible to believe. If someone simply says, it's like me calling and saying, hey, that car's mine, and I don't have the title, I don't have the registration, the police go and get it and give it to me. Why would they do that? Does she work at the police department?
No, she does not.
Okay, why did the police take the car and give it to her? What were they basing it on?
They told me that she had a printed out title that had her name on it.
Oh, well, okay. That's a big deal. Where the hell did she get a printed out title with her name on it? And you know what? And here's what police could have done. Simply run a VIN number check.
Or called me.
No, they didn't have to call you. They could do a VIN check.
If she has a title, though, they're going to give it to her. It's her vehicle.
Not if there's a controversy. Not if he claims to have the title.
That's right. But how would they know there was a controversy?
Because he had called earlier.
Let me guess, they're broken up now.
Well, of course they are. Hey, Joshua.
Yes.
Listen. If we did a VIN number check on this, whose title would come up?
10 minutes to 5 o'clock, it was still showing as my name on title, and the only...
How do you know that?
Because I called DMV.
Okay.
And
all right. No, okay. All right.
Did you sign the title over to her, though?
Hold on. When you said you called DMV, I don't think you can call DMV. You called him and gave him a VIN number over the phone?
Yes, sir, I did. I called the...
you can't do
Arvada.
that.
I called the Arvada DMV because it was 10 minutes to 5, and the other ones, they stopped taking calls at 4:30.
No, wait a minute. And you gave him a VIN number and asked for the registered owner?
Yes, sir. They told me that
they don't do that. Joshua, they don't do that.
Can you imagine that if some pig saw some woman he liked and he just grabs a VIN number and then finds out her address and phone number and all the info?
Wait a minute.
Well, they told me if it wasn't in my name, they wouldn't be able to replace the name.
Okay. That makes sense.
Okay. So go back to the police and say, listen, you did it for her, now do it for me.
Yeah, but maybe it's in her name now.
No, he said as of 5 o'clock yesterday it was his name. Joshua.
Yeah, I tried to report to the
Joshua, hold on. Joshua, we're going to call the police.
I think if I showed up to get my car out and I brought the title in, I'd be pretty upset if they wouldn't give it to me. So I don't know if this is anybody's fault.
But hold on. You're right, Mark. You're right. Unless they knew there was a controversy, then they would run a VIN number check. And they didn't keep track of his phone calls. So
that's what I'm saying. How would they have known?
They don't know there's a controversy. But now that they do know...
It's a civil matter.
No, but now that they do know... Now that they do know there's a controversy, if it is in fact in your name, she committed fraud. It's way more than a civil matter if she presented a fake title. So I would go back to Glendale and say, listen, I understand why you did that, but I am telling you that if you do a VIN search right this minute, you will find it is still in my name, and here is my title. Do you have the title?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's what I would tell them. But we're going to call the
How
PIO.
would she get a fraudulent title?
Joshua, do you have any idea?
There's a duplicate. There's been a couple of duplicates because I had 2 of them sent to the mail. They intercepted them without me knowing, so I waited.
This girl is really a fast one. Hold on a sec, Joshua. Was this your girlfriend?
No.
Well, I thought you said it was your girlfriend.
She's my girlfriend, plural. Not like I was seeing her in a relationship like that. No, I've been friends with these girls since I was in elementary school.
Troy, what do you have to say about this?
Well, did the Glendale, did they have it towed?
Joshua?
According to Mercedes, they said that the police were there and they impounded my vehicle. Okay, who impounded it? Towing company, or does Glendale have their own tow truck?
I imagine they used a towing company.
Okay, a towing company can only release the vehicle to the registered owner in the state of Colorado.
Yeah, but not if the police. But if the police say she's the owner, don't you think they'd believe the police?
Well, you got to have a registration, Tom. Registration and insurance and an ID.
Okay.
Get a car out of a tow lot.
Okay.
Plates on the vehicle were in my name. And when the sergeant meant to put me on hold, and she didn't, she said that they had released my vehicle to the owner.
Hey, Troy, thank you for calling us, Troy. We're going to check into that, okay? Thanks, man.
Hey, not a problem,
All
Tom.
right, thanks. Troy's got a point. We got a lot of wrong going on all around here. So hold on. We're going to call Glendale PIO. Now, listen, Glendale is not quite as bad as Pueblo, but they're not, setting the world on fire, the Glendale police.
Oh, my God, the whole area is what, like a square mile?
Of titty bars, basically.
And pot shops.
Yeah. The whole place is just a bunch of crap. I mean, it's vice capital of Colorado, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
All right. So let's call the PIO, get these names, and here's our simple question. Here's the simple question. Okay, you explain what happened briefly, but how does Joshua get his car back rightfully if he is the owner and he can prove it? Because they're not supposed to get involved in the sale and the contract and all that crap. They're not supposed to. He's the registered owner. Will they do him the same service they did her? Or perhaps she's one of the dancers out there in Glendale. Who knows? The police may have known them. He may have known them. Both of them. And let them have the car. 303-713-TALK. Okay? Who knows? It could have happened. Stephen, what's going on in your life, Stephen? Hey, stay tuned. We're calling Glendale right now. Stephen, what's going on with your dentist?
Well, I just wanted to get your opinion.
Yes.
I had to have some teeth removed and some dental work.
Yes.
And this was the second visit to this office. And basically I had to be sedated for this. Now the dentist office had quoted me a couple of times a set price. After the procedure, or they also said that there was a CNA, so it was a third party that was doing the sedation, that they had their own credit card machine, and I'd have to pay them on the day of service. I showed up when they had scheduled me at 6 in the morning, and everything, according to the dentist, went perfectly fine in the follow-up visit. My surprise was that I was charged almost $500 more by the CNA who did the sedation.
Did they tell you there was going to be an extra charge for anesthesia?
They did. They quoted me about $840 was going to be the price, and that's what I had budgeted.
Did they say to you, this includes anesthesia?
That was specifically for the anesthesia.
No, they quote. He's saying they ballparked him about $800 for the anesthesia, but it ended up to be $1,300.
No, it ended up to be $500.
No, more. It was the total for the procedure was going to be about $1,200. $840 of that was for anesthesia. The anesthesiologist company charged me almost $1,300.
Oh, an extra $500. I get it. Hold on a sec. All right, this is a good one. I'm Tom Martino, coming up with this and more.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station with Russ.
Well, anesthesiologists, I mean, they're going to charge for the gas in their time. If it took longer because of the dentist, I mean, that's not their fucking issue, right? Or if it took more gas, I don't know.
Don't you think they would know what it's going to cost?
Tesla with shares of the electric car maker up over 7.5% after shareholders gave their latest vote of confidence for the company and its.
You know what? I think that GoPro cameras and those kind of cameras look so fucking strange, don't they?
They're fucking ripoffs, dude. You can buy the Chinese version for fucking not even a 20th of the price.
Now, there's a stock that went.
Oh my God! It's because everybody in the world fucking ripped them off.
They had one thing. That's all they had. Now, it's a good camera.
Yeah, but you could buy the same thing for next to nothing. You can't even argue. You can't even argue the price difference in any way.
I know, but China ripped off technology, I'm sure.
I wonder where my GoPro is.
Transform your child's summer.
I don't know. I've got one or two of them, or knockoffs. I have no idea what mine is.
I just buy shit.
Last time I used mine, it was scuba diving.
These programs prevent summer learning loss and get kids ready for the year ahead. Math Navy was the authority in math education, trusted by.
I dig it up for skydiving, though. I would do that.
Centers worldwide. Call 855-SUMMER-5 to contact yours. That's 855-SUMMER-5. And that's
jump out of Tom's helicopter. Allow us to?
Yeah. No parachute.
Can you land a helicopter in a body of water
You have to have
in Colorado?
And both directions of Edmonds are closed between Santa Fe and La Pan for
FAA regulations.
Thunderstorms today.
It says you can't log a seaplane.
Right now, most
of the helicopter.
With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner. 630 KHOW.
Burial and cremation laws. That's a weird thing to come up.
Security to help protect you against cyber criminals. Protection for your identity and device.
How hard is it for you to put on water things on your helicopter? You just buy them and pop them on? They're just floats, right? They go right over what's there?
Yeah, they go on.
They go on
you
the
don't have to
skids.
take, right, they're add-ons, they're pop-outs.
Any questions about your roof?
I imagine you have to pull, you have to put some control in there to pop them out. You have to press a button or something, and they're self-inflated. I believe that's how they work. I don't know. I've never seen them close up, but I've seen them.
Have you ever landed on water in anything?
Never on anything. With anything. Man, I imagine a helicopter would be pretty easy to land on water, but then once you're in water, I don't know, what the fuck do you do? Because even the sheer nature of taking off would make it turbulent. So, how do you keep it from, I mean, I don't know.
Plus the water.
I don't know. I don't know what would happen.
In the morning.
I just don't know.
25 years, and on my referral list the whole time.
I don't know, Mark, if they actually
actually make them to be landed on water. I think the floats just might be emergencies, you know, that you have to have when you're over water. But I'm not sure they're actually made to be landed and taken. I don't know. Have you ever seen one? I've never seen one land in water.
No, you just see them.
I've never actually seen it happen. I really haven't. Hi, Tom Martino here. Goodness gracious, we have a lot going on. Why would Glendale police release a car to a woman who claims to be the owner? Well, apparently she had a forged title. Wouldn't they know the difference? Or would they do a VIN search or something? He claims the car, it's still in his name, the car. He still is the registered owner and the titled owner, according to the state. We're on the phone right now with Glendale Police Department. And, Ray, what's happening with you? Hello, Ray.
Hey, Tom, how are you?
Good. What's going on?
Oh, I was just calling to give you a follow-up.
Okay.
We spoke a few months back about an exterior paint job that I'd had done on my home.
Did we send one of our experts to look at it?
You did, yep. Steve came out. And
Steve the painter from Star Quality Painting. What did he find?
Well, he just did a visual observation, obviously. He couldn't do the test or the mill, but...
You thought, what you thought, you were questioning whether or not you got the coats of paint you paid for.
Correct, right. We had agreed to...
2 coats.
The contract was 2 coats, and I believed they had only done 1, amongst other things. The paint job is terrible, flaking, flashing.
Did he feel the paint job was bad?
Yes, he agreed that it was not to standard. It was obviously not back-rolled.
Well, how about that? That alone, isn't that alone enough to go after him in small claims court or something?
Well, and that's what we've been doing. See, they sued us 48 hours after they asked for money, and we raised the question.
How much is the entire paint job?
$4,300.
How much will it cost to fix?
Right now, all the estimates that I've received are between that same $4,300 and up to $5,500.
That's unreasonable because, Ray, it's very unlikely they have to do the entire thing. Are they? I mean, come on. Are they saying they have to take it down to wood? I mean, what are they saying? Why would it cost $5,000 to fix a $4,300 paint job? It makes no sense to me. Was any caulking done?
So there's caulking missing. There's exposed parts where there's paint flaking.
So they're saying basically you have zero value. Zero.
Basically, because what they're saying to warranty it, they're going to have to go.
I wasn't asking that. I wasn't asking that. You don't have a warranty on the first one, do you?
Well, essentially, no.
So, I mean, you're not asking them to warranty this thing. You're asking how much does it cost to correct this paint job and put it into the condition it would have been had the first job been done. See, here's the problem, Ray. When people run into a problem and then they get a bid to fix something, they almost always try to make it better than it would have been to begin with. But if you accepted a mediocre job to begin with, then that's what you end up with, even if you had to hire someone to fix it. In my opinion, you can't sue someone for a $10,000 paint job when you were willing to settle for a $4,000 paint job. It's just not fair. Now, I'm not saying it shouldn't be done to some extent, but it's so difficult to find out what it should have been and what it will take to get it to where it was supposed to be. Because when you get a bid from Steve, Star Quality Painting, Steve the painter, you're not going to get a half-ass quote. This guy's going to make it perfect, and that's a problem if the first job wasn't meant to be like that to begin with. You see, so I don't know. I don't know what kind of bid you had to begin with.
Well, and I don't either. I'm certainly not a
No, what I mean is, Ray, how many people bid on that job before you settled for the $4,300 one?
We probably did 4 to 5.
Okay, what were the price ranges?
They were all in that same $4,000.
Did you take the cheap?
Some of them were as high as $8,000.
Did you take the cheapest one?
No, we took the middle one, and the middle one because it offered 2 coats of paint.
Okay, now it's going to be hard to figure out what it's worth and what your damages are, because you need to find someone who can add the caulk where it's missing and take out the rough spots and repaint it. But I refuse to believe it would be $5,000. because there must be large areas of that paint job that are still acceptable, no? Or is it that screwed up?
Yeah, it's that screwed up. And most of them, what they say is there's enough areas that are screwed up that you can't come in and touch up.
Suzanne, can we get Steve the painter on? I mean, because really, I'm operating blind here. When was Steve out there?
He was out shortly after we spoke. It would have been like November.
Why did you wait so long? Wait a minute. This was in November.
Well, this is still going on.
Well, of course it's still going on. But why did you wait? I mean, if he looked at it in November, what prompted you? Wait a minute. Something prompted you to call. What was it?
Well, I guess I just wanted to fill you in. It was actually, I'd been speaking with Steve and
December, January, February, March, April, May. Come on, man. What happened? There had to have been something that prompted you to call. I mean, I don't care. I mean, is it that they're finally trying to collect the money or what?
Well, we're finally going to court for the final hearing next Tuesday.
Okay. So who's suing who? They're suing you?
They're suing us for failure to pay. They say we're in breach of contract.
And you are what? Countersuing?
Countersuing them now.
And what court is this in?
It's in Weld County.
Is it small claims?
Yes, small claims.
Thank goodness, because the rules of civil procedure can strangle people, as we found out in the past, where this woman tried to represent herself, and you know, I think this woman was screwed, but she couldn't prove it. She didn't do it right. So you're going to get some experts to help you to say that this job is basically useless and is worth nothing?
Well, essentially, when we did hire a local company, a local Colorado company that does mill or dry.
All right, hold on a sec. I'm going to bring up Steve the painter, Star Quality Painting. Steve, listen, do you remember looking at Ray's paint job last November?
The gentleman up in Johnstown.
Yeah. He said he wanted 2 coats. You didn't know if there were 2 or not, but here's the bottom line, Steve. And I know that this is hard to do, but it's weird. He paid $4,300. What was the total job supposed, or not paid, but he contracted for $4,300. Is that right, Ray?
That's correct.
And how much was the whole job? You didn't pay a dime, right?
Well, we didn't originally. We went through mediation, and we agreed to pay $2,000 of it, and they were supposed to do the mill test and make all the corrections, which they reneged on.
Okay, so you did pay $2,000.
Yes.
All right. See, Steve, in situations like these, we try to determine what it would cost to fix the job, how much, to determine his damages. However, it's not to fix it the way you would have done it, and this is the weird part. When somebody contracts for a $4,300 job, and it's what it would have been had they done it right. It wouldn't have been a perfect, or it wouldn't have been a $10,000 job ever. So what I'm trying to ascertain, did he get 0 value from this paint job, or is there some that can be salvaged in order to fix it? But again, not to fix it to Star Quality standards, but to fix it to what he contracted for to begin with, to have a normal paint job. That's a hard thing to do, especially when you're an anal perfectionist like you are. So I'm trying to figure this out. This guy is telling me, Ray, is telling me it's going to be $5,000 to fix. And well, that's just basically saying that the job did more damage than good. I mean, how do you feel about this? I wasn't there. I have no idea.
Well, first of all, I think so far as the contract that he contracted for was 2 coats of paint. For $4,300, to me, that's kind of cheap, especially with the material that was applied on the house. I think it was the Emerald. Emerald is top-of-the-line paint. It's $60-some a gallon. So I think the base price was low, but he didn't get 2 coats of paint.
Okay.
So, you know, you're looking at fixing what the other painter didn't do, which is
plus putting another coat. Plus putting another coat. Yeah, and that could be a lot of money.
Oh yeah, then you're talking $65 worth of, $65 a gallon, and you're looking at 25 to 30 gallons worth of paint on the size of the house.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, he's got a good sized house.
Well, it was underbid to begin with, unrealistic to begin with.
Yes.
So you're talking about how many gallons to do this job?
25 to 30 gallons.
Let's say 30 times 65. We're talking about $2,000 in just paint.
Just paint.
And then labor.
Yep.
So here's a big problem, Ray. It's a big problem. No one could have done the job for $4,300 anyway. No one. No one could have. If Steve is telling us this, even a bad painter couldn't have done it for $4,300.
How's he going to prove to the judge?
No, because there would be $4,000 in just paint for that house for 2 coats.
But that's what I'm saying. How's he going to prove to the judge there was only one layer?
Mark?
Yeah.
The thing is if talking to Ray, he had mentioned that the other painter only used 18 gallons of paint. That it's literally impossible to get 2 coats of paint on a house with 18 gallons.
Ray, you couldn't do it. Ray, you're going to have to demand that he show you receipts for the paint and how many gallons he used. Ray,
and I have them. I have them.
How many gallons did he say?
18 on the body,
all right,
and another 3 for the trim.
You know, you're going to need to pay Steve or somebody to come to court with you. You have to. There's no way you can do this alone. There's no way. You need expert opinion.
Right, and we do have the company that did the dry film test.
But what's really unfair is that this whole thing was underbid to begin with. They could have never done this job. What's the name of the paint company you hired?
It's called Serenity Painting.
Serenity. How the hell did they ever feel they could do this for $4,300?
Well, again, I have no idea. I'm not.
Anyway,
painted a whole bunch of houses.
Anyway, man, good luck to you, Ray. I don't know. I think this is taking its natural course. They're suing you, and you're going to court. What were you calling about? What can we do for you?
I didn't know. I was just calling to follow up with you.
I appreciate it, man. This is a terrible situation, and I'll tell you why. Because you probably did get zero value because they underbid it, and they can't possibly do it. They can't.
Right. No, I agree, and that's why, you know, the quote to repaint it, basically, a repaint is what it's been referred to.
Well, no. What they're doing is, I know what they're doing and why it's going to cost another $4,000 to $5,000 because the paint alone is $2,000 and the labor's $2,000. So what they're doing is that whole paint job would then end up costing what it should have to begin with, which was about an $8,000 to $10,000 paint job. So you see what I'm saying, Ray? You're not going to end up actually paying more than it should have been, is what I'm saying. Now, I know that that's not what you contracted for. I understand that. And I understand that even though these people are charging you $4,300, if you can settle for anything under $43,000, I would do it. I would do it, and I'll tell you why. Because even spending the $5,000 to fix it, you paid $2,000 already. If you paid another $1,000, you're only at $8,000, and that's what it should have been to begin with. I'm going to ask Steve the painter. Steve, very quickly, what would it have cost to do this job right to begin with the way it should be? How much?
Oh, you're in that ballpark of about $7,000 to $8,000.
Is it 7 to 8 or 8 to 10? I don't want to exaggerate. What is it?
No, you're looking about $8,000.
Okay, $8,000. So if
you don't have to mask the windows again because you're.
No, I understand. So yeah. $8,000. So here's what we're saying. That job, $8,000. If you spend if you paid them $2,000, right? That gives you $6,000 to play with to get up to $8,000. So even though you think you lost on this deal, the crazy part about it is you didn't. If you can get out with paying them $3,000 to $4,000, you didn't lose anything.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock.
All right, let's get you around town with
Because it was unrealistic to begin with. Get it? That's how weird it is. What did Glendale say?
I called the PIO. He's got to call me back. But I got a little bit more information on Joshua.
Yeah, which is
6 duplicate titles on his damn.
Oh, jeez.
And she did get insurance on the thing.
So that doesn't matter.
Well, she had proof of insurance. She had a title.
But that doesn't. I understand that. But now that there's a controversy, that's what we're talking about.
No, I haven't been able to talk to Glenn.
Just because she claimed to be the owner doesn't mean she gets to keep claiming it.
Why are there 6 duplicate titles?
I don't know.
Maybe I missed it, but did he say, was he able to tell you guys that that they went to mediation. He complied with mediation. The
But they
painters
didn't.
did not.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody called saying maybe you guys missed that.
No, we got it.
And then somebody commented on Facebook that Mark needs an iron shirt. And I'm like, going, I ain't freaking ironing, and I leave before him. Ironing. I don't even think his shirt looks that bad.
I think it was
I
just the
see
way
worse.
he was just
Do we-
thinking it was all wrinkled.
Yeah,
right
own
here.
I own an
Oh,
iron.
we own an
I
iron, but I don't know where I
freaking
own
hate
an iron.
ironing.
So
I
how
see.
do you get that
I have a steamer. Is yours good?
And with her
Is it like
name
quick?
on it?
No.
This is
See, that's
nothing.
the thing. I don't know if it's any
really.
quicker
so
than
much
iron.
You have a commercial one.
Well,
A big one.
I have like a portable one. Is
Yeah,
that what
no,
you have?
but if we have one that's heavier duty, but that's not even that good. But if you get a really good one, you could literally do a
Well,
shirt
then he's
this
telling me
fast.
he thinks they have it in for him because he was evading a
And it would
police.
fall perfect.
That's what I need.
But
right
you
there.
would need to get a real.
I'd iron all day long if I had
No,
that
no.
kind of
If you get one of those, then what happens is you don't get creases and shit, but everything goes back to normal, just straight. It's nice. But it has to be a very strong. They're hard. Those are expensive, strong sheets. I mean, it's not an easy thing to
I think
do.
I'd rather have knives in the eye than iron. I just, God.
But you could just be ironing while you're listening to the Killers.
No, I'm too busy dancing. You can't dance in
Yeah,
iron
you can.
dance.
It's just how you do it.
It's really tough.
I was trying to find the iron for a patch thing that I had to do. And my wife said, "We got one." I looked forever for it.
Buying a dirt bike?
I am buying a dirt bike. I think I'm going to go with the Kawasaki.
Just because it's fun to say?
Did you look up that thing on Predator?
Yeah.
What about Predator?
No, it's not.
It's not.
No, it's not made by Honda. They're a clone of Honda, and they're made under license from Honda.
No.
It's almost got the same stats as Honda.
Yeah.
No. Now I'm calling bullshit.
I'm talking about the engine. You talking about generators? Yes. No, I'm talking about the engine, the Predator engine that's in there. The Predator engines are built under, are licensed. They were stealing Honda's stuff. They were copying them anyway.
Bastards.
The Chinese were.
Hey, I've never heard of the Chinese taking anything that wasn't theirs.
Tom Martino, we're going back to Steve. Basically, it's a bottom line. He was misquoted. He was misquoted by $500. So what does he do? Well, if there was a contract there and it was a guaranteed price, you got it made in the shade. If there wasn't a contract and you got the service, you're going to have a hard time not paying it, Steve. I don't know what you signed.
Well, no, they quoted me the price. The dentist office gave my debit card.
Quotes don't
to the
necessarily make a contract, though, is what I'm saying.
Understood.
Yeah. So anyway, what did he do? They gave your debit card, and what happened?
They ended up causing me to have some overdraft fees.
Oh, no.
I never had the opportunity to say, I want to postpone this procedure, because I got one simple paper from the CNA.
I get you.
I have another document from the dentist saying, well, you had an extra hour, you had extra medication.
Right.
I never had the opportunity. This was all done while I was sedated.
No, I understand. Yeah. So you didn't, you would think that if it was going to be 500 more, they would tell you, but they didn't know. What they're saying is they didn't know. They didn't know until after the procedure that it was more.
And how would they know?
Yeah. So what they should have done, though, is given you maybe an opportunity to pay that extra 500 another way or over time or something. See, how much are overdraft fees?
It's insignificant. It was about $100. But the thing is, I was never told.
They can give you a ballpark on giving birth, but if something goes wrong and you need a C-section or something, it's going to cost a lot more.
Steve, we all agree that it was bad, but they didn't do it intentionally. I could pretty much tell you they're not gonna lowball you intentionally. They're just not gonna do it. I mean, they just miscalculated because it took longer. So I understand that.
I think it was just that the dentist had given my information over to a third party, and they just charged it with. And I think that's where it all.
But you gave him permission to do it, didn't you? When you gave him the debit card, You thought you were going to pay separately, directly to the anesthesiologist?
To quote verbatim, the CNA has their own debit card machine.
Okay. But so you never wanted your debit card to be then I would contest the charge with your bank saying it was an unauthorized charge. You're still going to owe the money. You're still going to owe the same exact amount, but you have a technicality. You got him. He shouldn't have done it because technically you're supposed to authorize those charges. If you're claiming it was an unauthorized charge, your card was never given to that anesthesiologist, your dentist did it, I would contest the charge and I would sue the dentist in small claims court for the money and get it wherever I can first. Now, you're still going to owe the $1,200 or $1,300 to the anesthesiologist. That's not going away. But you can definitely get that charge removed.
And then you'll get back the overdraft fees.
Yeah, you can get that charge reversed and go after the dentist for it or go after the bank, and whichever one pays first. But then you have to address the bill separately, and you're going to have to pay it. I don't know how you get out of paying it. I am sure you signed authorizing all of those services. I am positive you did.
Well,
listen, Steve, let's cut to the chase. I'm not going to help you get out of the bill because it was $500 more.
No. They've already got the money.
Okay, you are technically correct. If you, honest to God, never signed anything or gave authorization for that person to have your debit card, then I would call the police and I would also file a charge with the district attorney for fraud and go after the debit card and get it removed. I don't know why you would do it because you're still going to owe the money, but it's a technicality, and you seem hell-bent on this technicality. Otherwise, I have no idea why you called. Steve, I'm with you. They should not technically have done it. So, let us know what you're going to do. I would like to know. I'm Tom Martino. We have all of this stuff summed up on referralist.com. Don't forget YouTube and Facebook for our videos. And save all your problems for me.
Do you worry about Mark?
He has no fucking idea why he wants to negate the charge.
None of the down ever? Is this possible?
I have stuff pop up all the time.
That's a big misquote. They should have.
No.
We've been helping folks find your right.
First of all, I'll guarantee you, okay, he signed something.
Oh, no, you're right.
There's no way they're going to give him that card.
He really wants a solid price that they won't go back on Go Mexico.
734-1234.
Yeah, did they say it took an hour longer? Is that what he said?
What do you have, an anesthesiologist in